they're cooler. They're well, that's subjective, but like
Are we
We're
up?
live?
Are we on? Are we live? Can you? Hey, audience, can you hear Saul?
gotta get this pulled up.
Speaking of
And it should be,
cards,
yeah, they should be able to hear me now.
I got a new tarot deck this weekend. I'm very excited about it.
Hell
hell
yeah!
Very
Nice.
cool.
Is
I
there,
have not had time to go through it.
what is the
Which
vibe?
deck?
The Articles of the Arcana tarot deck.
I got my new favorite thing in the world, and it's this pewter bat
that is
necklace.
pretty cool.
That is
It's-
sick.
I got it from the Ren Fair, and I saw it, and the lady told me I was the first one to buy one. And I was like, you're telling me that hundreds of people have walked past you, and none of them purchased a flock of bats.
Yeah, they got
Right?
little friends. Like they're
They
not.
got, yeah,
They got little friends. You kidding me?
yeah. It's a very good. It was a very good purchase. It was a very good purchase.
You're like,
And it's very
three.
heavy, so I'm not gonna wear it on stream. But oh hell yeah!
I like the art. Speaking
Yeah.
of cards with good art and
Oh,
quick
no.
purchases,
Oh no.
Big announcement.
big announcement, huge announcement. Change of Heart is no longer banned in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. You are now merely limited to one copy rather than being fully banned. It is a miracle. I'm gonna message a
Now
friend of
you
mine
take
actually.
control of your opponent.
Yeah.
You just do it and then you sacrifice them. You get them out of there.
And
Bye.
you sacrifice and get them out of there. Is it just for a turn? Is that like how long the card lasts? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
The effect.
Oh, okay. Just for one turn. Interesting. Comparatively to like other cards that just let you take control of monsters indefinitely, I'm surprised that one's been banned so long. But I guess
Again, it's free. You don't
Oh, okay.
you don't pay anything for it. You just all right. I played it. Give me your monster.
Yeah.
Because I remember at one point while I was playing Master Duels, there was one card I was playing. I have no idea what the name was, but it was just like if someone destroys this monster, you can control any monster your opponent controls for like forever.
That's a whack
I'm like,
card.
very cool, very epic.
Yeah, but it's different rules for speed dueling, I guess. They're slightly different. They got some whack stuff on speed dueling.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a wild game, and I don't know if I could ever recommend it to anyone. If you are able to just play it with friends and have a good time, then play Yu-Gi-Oh. But if you are playing online like I am, that's a bad time.
Crackety, do you know how much we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, I feel like you came later,
Right.
you know, like more recently.
Slightly
Where
after our
we haven't really talked that much about Yu-Gi-Oh, you know.
TurnTables has a deep history of just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh when we should be doing something else.
That is true.
Us, off topic, we would never.
Oh man, it's
Uh,
time.
Yeah, there's gonna be a TurnTables Yu-Gi-Oh tournament at some point. That's actually
God,
the
there
$1,000
should be.
goal.
There really should be. I mean, Mars would smoke all of us, all things
Yeah,
considered.
Mars is very good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mars is incredibly good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
I bought a second
Um,
Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I don't know what to do with it except to attempt to convince my girlfriend to play it with me. Not sure she's
A
ready for
noble
that one.
goal.
You have to let her win the first couple times, otherwise she'll really never want to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's true.
Okay,
All right.
you don't need to like let her win, but don't like my friend who tries to get me to play Yu-Gi-Oh will play with me, and I'll agree to play with him, and then he will do the one turn thing where he spends 10 minutes just setting up his board, even though he could have beaten me like in minute 3. So I'm just sitting here just watching him do his thing and just kind of like staring at the board like, can we end now? Is it over? Please.
I was playing an online Yu-Gi-Oh game. A guy literally summoned Exodia in one turn, and I
Bro.
wept.
You wept.
I wept.
Um,
It was 10 minutes of just watching him play cards that allowed him to draw other cards just so he could get Exodia.
Bartleby, to answer your question about what the difference is between Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon is that
Everything.
My mom thinks that Pokemon are cute and thinks that Yu-Gi-Oh monsters are the work of the devil, or at least she did in 2002. So,
How did your mom feel about Digimon?
she was fine with Digimon, surprisingly enough.
Digimon are Pokemon with guns.
That's true. You're correct, but like it was one of those things where like I think she just like didn't like the vibe of Yu-Gi-Oh, and when I bought the cards and I was like sifting through them, she would like take them for me and go through and be like, and like she would like pick up like I don't know like Summon Skull or something and be like, like just like this is disgusting, and like stuff like that. And so when I'm gonna tell this story. I'm sorry.
Don't talk to me and my son ever again.
When I was 8 years old, my mom made me a deal, and I, honest to God, she played me. She was a shark in that moment, and she played me, because the Spider-Man, or I think one of the Spider-Man movies had just come out, and so they had that run of like the Spider-Man glove and the web shooters, right? And they were like, and my mom was like, if you give me your Yu-Gi-Oh cards to give away, I will buy you this, and we'll take you to Toys R Us right now. And I looked at my deck and I was like, yeah. And so I gave her the deck. She gave it to my cousin. I got this web shooter. I shot it for 5 minutes, and then the canister ran out, and my mom wouldn't buy me anymore. And so I was like, all I have now is this shitty Spider-Man glove.
You got played.
I got played. My mom got me.
All of the kids at my elementary school had those, and like, yeah, man, they would just unload all of the thread at like recess, and then what? And then they'd have nothing. Yeah, I was gonna say something else, and it's gone now.
Oh man.
Whatever. Anyway, we're not gonna do speed announcements this time because I don't think it helped last time.
Yeah, no, it hurt.
It just defers the chaos to later in the session.
That is true.
We might as well just get the chaos out now.
Yeah, we were actually on the higher end of not RP time.
Welcome to Turntables RPG. We are an experimental tabletop RPG stream where every player GMs and every GM plays. We take turns at the end of every mystery, switching out the GM to tell a long-form improvised story. Currently, we have returned for our second season of Monster of the Week. And honestly, if you are at this point and just tuning in, you're probably going to be a little bit confused. We've had 3 mysteries thus far, 3.5. But you are not all that far behind because all of Season 1 is on YouTube. All of the first half of Season 2 is on YouTube. You can check out those VODs whenever your heart desires. Hey Dustin. Tell them more. Tell them more about it.
About the YouTubes.
About the YouTubes. Well, YouTube was a company founded in. No, okay. All right. So a lot of our VODs are on YouTube. Yes, those are absolutely the case. Season 1 and Season 2 are on YouTube. Check those out. But we have more. We also have our Uncharted Worlds Return to OE on YouTube, which was our summer programming by our favorite Eric in the world, except for maybe Bigfoot. But that's besides the point. He ran that for us, and it was very fun, very spacefaring. I got to be a space cowboy. It was great. All of our... He's a good boy. All of our Tiny Tables one-page RPGs is also on there. These are just very nice, bite-sized, one-session games where we just... I mean, if you want to see chaos, just watch one of these. Because I'm pretty sure I can't think of one Tiny Tables that was not just full chaos mode almost the whole time through.
Yeah.
We've also got our very first PowerPoint party on YouTube, which you should watch. We're about to do another PowerPoint party. So if you want to know what that's all about, check out our first one. Follow us on our social media. We'll be keeping you updated on other things that may be putting on our YouTube. So follow us at TurnTables RPG on Twitter and Instagram. And we also have a Discord. So come hang out with us on Discord as well to get that nice ping from at least one of us every week to let you know when our stream is going live.
Yeah, yes, please do. We also have a pretty poppin' snack check channel, not gonna lie. there's definitely been a couple of posts in there that have made me very hungry at very terrible times of the day, like lunchtime.
So I got made fun of for using the gram a few weeks ago. So I've been looking up on my lingo, hip lingo, and I think the term is bussin'.
Yes, the channel is bussin'. No cap on God, it's bussin'.
It's bussin'. So just
out of curiosity for the two college students in this call, is this giving y'all like flashbacks to your professors trying to use these words in class?
Is it giving?
Yeah, is it giving?
It giving?
I've never heard that one.
What? Oh no, I'm old.
For real.
No, giving is a new one.
It's very much like walking into on early morning for school, and the teachers put a funny meme on the whiteboard.
Yeah, but the year is 2022, and it's an Icon has cheeseburger meme, complete with watermark.
At one point, I was taking an anthropology class, and it was an online class, and at the beginning of the week, we were talking about sex versus gender in terms of anthropology, and it was the fox head with the explosion, like the purple and green striped background, and it just says it had the top text, bottom text, and it was just sex is what's between your legs, gender is what's between your ears, and I was like, I don't have. Please, I don't want to respond to this.
Speaking of, this is a terrible segue. Speaking of gender, I guess. Hey, Saul, do you have an announcement?
I do. I'm trying not to look at Crackety Jones asking if Bartleby is Chris's dad. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We're very glad that you're here. Right now we just want to take a moment to bump our charity campaign that we're having right now. You can see we've got the QR code in the corner and our progress bar at the top. Right now we are supporting the Trevor Project, and if you don't know who the Trevor Project is, they're the largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people. Please join us in donating. You can use the QR code. There's also the widget at the bottom underneath the stream summary within Twitch itself that will take you to the donate button as well. And we really want to just continue to push towards our goal of $1,000 in order to continue protecting our LGBTQ youth. Right now, the United States is insane and on fire at the same time.
Sure fucking is.
And so any good that we can do as a chaotic tabletop RPG stream, we want to do. And this is part of it, and none of it can be possible without your amazing support. Thank you so much for getting us to the $620.69 that we are at right now. And if we in that same vein, we've hit our 2 milestones of playing Beyond Genesis and doing our second PowerPoint party. And then at 1,000, we will be taking our very memorable and quickly becoming trademarked bit of Snack Check and turning it into a full-fledged podcast episode. And so that's going to be a lot of fun in general. So help us out, get us, let's get to 1,000. And thank you so much for your continued support. And let's continue, doing good as best we can right now. So with that, I'm going to pass it along to Mars for some continued stream updates.
I'm here to have updates. Hello, welcome to the update corner. I'm reading the words and they're not registering in my brain. Oh, along with those updates, we have new character art for Season 2, once again drawn by the incredible Patrick Costa, who you can follow on Instagram and Twitter, at PCInc_. We're also working towards expanding out channel point prizes, our emotes here on Discord, and getting captions available. We even got our first animated emote, so for those of you who are subscribed, please hit the Chris emote to summon the Twitch Prime. Summon him.
Well, there it is.
I have been summoned.
Summon him.
Can you do it live? Can you do the thing live?
Wait, which side is it?
No, other way.
Other way.
Yeah, that way. There we go.
There it is. Okay.
My hair is longer, so it has more bounds. Yes, it has come that time again for the Twitch gods to possess me once more. It's to preach their dark deeds. If I was a D&D class, I'd be the warlock, and my patron would be Twitch Prime.
That's pretty good.
And it would come into the form of Jeff Bezos, and he'd be like, "My rocket ship is not a penis," and I'd be like, "Okay, you silly guy." Anyway, so if you want,
Chris, what would your Eldritch Blast be? The one thing that you
my
spam
Eldritch
over
Blast
and over
would
again.
be like a whole bundle of emotes. Anyway, so if you want to keep funding my deep dark patron, Twitch Prime in the body of Jeff Bezos,
Or the channel.
and you have make sure you have an Amazon Prime account first. That's the key to this whole thing. Then connect it to your Twitch account, and then you can just click subscribe. The subscribe button below the Twitch player. There's a little checkbox that says subscribe with Prime. Click that. You get 1 month free, and then you get one free month. You get one subscription every month for free. Make sure if you've already subbed to do it again. Give it to us. You're literally it's if you're already paying for Prime, there's no cost to you. You're just you're just giving us a little bit of that sweet lovin'. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Yes.
Give us that sweet lovin'.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to send your sweet lovin' to some other creators, we would like to plug two of the homebrew playbooks that we are using this season. I am using the Tracker by Mike Keck, and Saul is using the Amnesiac by Jason Burns. You can find their respective links in chat, and also follow Jason Burns on Twitter at JabmanB. I have been having a lot of fun with my playbook thus far. I feel like Saul is having a lot of fun with his as well. So if you want to give either of them a shot, you can. I believe the Amnesiac is paid, but Mike's playbooks are free if you want to give them a look. Once again, today we are going to be having tabletop audio be our background music / ambiance. Tabletop Audio is a group that has a Patreon where you can support them if you like their vibes or just want alternative versions of these songs that they release for free to the public. Not everything has rain and people talking in the background. They have a lot of like cyberpunky stuff or high fantasy, or like stuff for your mech games. My Lancer DM introduced me to Tabletop Audio, so it is much appreciated. Give them money, support them.
Speaking of which, before I jump into my spiel about supporting other streams, we also just got a $46 donation from Crackety Jones.
Hey.
Thank you so much for getting us to 66669.
Oh, we're at the spooky number.
Yeah.
Evil nice.
It's time to do
The
wicked
modern
deeds.
day mark of the beast.
Evil nice.
I like evil nice. That's good.
Yes. Thank you for donating, Crackety. We really appreciate it. Speaking of supporting and donating, I really want to go ahead and take this time to plug our Reflections of Chaos friends over at Reflections of Chaos. If someone will type in !Ari, thank you, Chris. You can find us at twitch.tv/Aurelia with a 3. And we are a D&D 5e charity stream that streams on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. Currently, I am DMing, but normally I am a Bugbear Ranger, who is a lot of fun to play. Note, they have an extra 5 feet to the reach, so if you have a halberd or a polearm, you get a 15-foot reach with those bad boys. Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. Come join us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Pass it off to Dustin to talk about one of my favorite humans walking on this rock floating in space.
I already talked about Eric. He did the Return to OE thing.
You know who I'm talking about.
I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Valor6. This past week has been a very hectic one for me mentally, so I've not been able to stream since last Monday, but I do intend on streaming pretty much every day for the rest of this week, getting back into the game that I was streaming before. So, yeah, come hang out. Currently streaming Tales of Arise, which is a cool RPG game with pretty wacky cast. With we're gonna punch some bad guys. So come hang out.
Speaking of mental problems, hello, it is I, Chris. Yeah.
And what
That's
do you
it?
do, Chris?
That's all
wow.
you're going.
What do you do, Chris?
Sorry, I said mental problems, and then my brain went other places. Anyway, my mom, I'm home for the summer. My mother has been talking to me a lot about how I should get a job. I have not gotten a job, so please give me money. Yeah, so I have I do art, I do commissions, I do so many things. I have commissions up right now. If you want to commission me for something and make my mother happy, give me that sweet money, and I'll give you some sweet art.
Sweet money.
Sweet money. Yeah, that's everything.
Mars.
I have to speak now, and I am speaking. Listen.
Sorry, just
I've been-
announcing it. That's just...
I can't wait for the day that y'all actually read what the script says. To be honest,
Why would we- why
I
would we
did
do that?
once. I
Why
did
would we
one
do that?
time, but that's it. You got one out of me.
Yeah, I would read what the script says, but then I remembered, okay, I'll start off reading what the script says. Hello, I made a super cool and unique one-page RPG, and you should play it. The end. But also, if you go to the itch page where you can buy that game, there is a link to a tabletop RPG for reproductive rights bundle where you could get Beyond Genesis and 290 more games, including Glitter Hearts and the Caltrop Core and Hexfall and Dragon Hearts, and I don't know, I scrolled through them the other day and now I can't remember a bunch of them, but a ton of games for $5, and it also proceeds are going to Planned Parenthood and the National Network of Abortion Funds, so that funds are distributed on both national and local levels for that stuff. So play my game, but if you want to play my game, you should download it from there because good. The end.
The end. This is a good ending.
Yes, I think.
Thank you.
The end.
Stuck the landing.
The end.
That was 7
And
minutes
we-
more than last week.
Well, goes to show that speeding through it offers you nothing.
It would have
I
offered us
guess it
that
offers
7
you
minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah, it offers you 7 minutes, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's my turn now, isn't it?
It is.
Indeed.
Probably.
I need someone to hold my hand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes you need to be held when you play tabletop game. Think. Oh no.
Oh.
Just looks like
No,
we're
I
shaking
don't-
hands.
Ah! Thanks, guys. I feel supported. I think trying to explain what is happening without doing kind of a recap is just not gonna happen because there's kind of a lot that happened last session, and I will pick us up in a little bit past where we had left off. So I think we will just start without an intro, and we'll do finger wagglies. Everybody finger waggle. Everybody!
Ooh, thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
you. God, so hard. has been. A girl.
I promise my thing is not emotional turmoil.
Okay. Play what you want, do what you want, but I can only handle so much. So to recap the last couple sessions, I'm seeing that Crackety has given us a good synopsis. So Arthur suplexed a mountain lion. The mountain lion turned into a boy. Arthur went nutso and the party had a little brawl. Miss Merrill was revealed as the true big bad. So that's where we're at, guys.
One of these things is not like the other.
One of these
can't
things
believe
is
Miss
accurate.
Merrill.
All of these things are accurate.
Arthur's suplex did turn the mountain lion into a boy. That's his power.
That is actually his superpower.
Anyway, so the mystery that had unfolded with our hunters, the entire last session was at this boy's house, this mountain lion that the group tracked from the ranger station to a residential area, was trying to enter a house, not being let in by a woman, and oh man, did a lot happen. We had emotional turmoil, we had PvP, we had more emotional turmoil. That kind of covers it, really.
Did you mention the emotional turmoil?
I did mention the emotional turmoil, but once more for a good measure. I'm just remembering all of the various kinds of emotional turmoil that we had.
Yeah.
Right.
Main things that happened are that Arthur went Winter Soldier mode because he was convinced that Ren was bleeding out and dying. Ren was not bleeding out and dying. Ren thought that the man who was bleeding out and dying was the Elder Alapid, the big bad from season 1. Also, was not him. That man, I believe, was fucking eviscerated. Basically, one thing led to another. Arthur thought that, it was basically everybody else's fault that Ren was dying. I can still hear his voice. I'm right here. Cole and Arthur fought. There kind of wasn't a winner. Arthur eventually left his Winter Soldier vibe. Additionally, Arthur did suplex a mountain lion, did not turn the mountain lion into a boy.
That's true.
What ended up turning the mountain lion back into a boy was the amulet / collar he was wearing being taken off of him. Now, the whereabouts of said amulet are currently unknown, as it seemed to have disappeared at the end of the last session. Yeah, am I missing anything? That was a little bit out of order.
No?
I think so.
Okay.
Seems right.
Yeah.
Crazy shit was happening. The boy was a cat. Catboy mystery. You got me. I did it. I fulfilled my promise to you all.
We might be wanted by the police, maybe?
Question mark?
Yeah.
What the heck come after 6?
It just feels good to be wanted.
It just was good to be wanted. So talked a little bit with my players behind the scenes, and I think we're gonna have a couple of RP discussions before everybody is kind of brought back GM hands together to kind of continue doing whatever it is they would like to do moving forward. So, the night closes out, the storm that was over this one kind of neighborhood block faded, and everybody was bruised, and I mean, not everybody, a couple people were a little bit bruised. Cole is without his jacket. And I think that Cole takes his van and drops Ren and Arthur off at their motel with the understanding that he'll pick them back up in the morning. So why don't we hop to the two of them for a minute or two just to see how they handle the night. It's late. Emotional damage.
I think as how's Cole doing? Does Cole look happy? Is Cole content?
What an extraordinary question.
Yeah, it is a good question. I think Cole looks more contemplative than anything. Like, it's not a negative emotion. He is absolutely disheveled, though. His jacket's gone, his shirt is soaked and muddy, and I like to think that his, like, the tie is like just completely undone.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I think Philip is also soaked. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and so I think Philip is sitting in the passenger seat and is sort of like bumbling, and then sort of is like uh, and turns to Cole, or like, yeah, I guess looks at Cole and is like, Cole, there's something. So I just wanted to tell you, and he pulls out the amulet that he's been keeping in his pocket, and he's like, I just want you to know that I still had this. I felt a little uncomfortable after all the, Ren and Arthur kind of losing their minds, and so I didn't necessarily, I don't know, maybe I just didn't want. I was worried about what it was doing to them, and so I thought it'd be best to keep it to myself and hold off until they were gone to share it with you.
Ah, ah. And he kind of looks at it, but obviously he's driving, so he's a safe driver, so he doesn't like immediately like just grab at it or anything like that. Uh, Hands it 10 and 2 or whatever. Um, that's a dangerous artifact, I mean, we don't even know what it does.
I know it at least turns boys into cats. I wonder what it does to the other genders. Uh, an infinite number of animals. It can be unlocked to us now. Anyway, I just, it is dangerous, but I felt like it better left with us than with the family.
Okay, is it any like residual magic on it? Does it?
I don't know. Do you want me to put it on? I think, I thought it would look really well with my outfit.
I don't think that it's a good idea if you put it on. I'll
Okay.
be completely honest with you.
Yeah, so I was just wondering because I was unsure whether or not we wanted to share this with the other two. So I wanted to bring up to you the one I trust the most.
I appreciate that. Um, I think we should still bring it up to them, but we'll definitely try to keep it safe. I don't know what we can do with it, other
Okay.
than we just need to get to the bottom of it, because what if there are more?
Oh, that's true. That's maybe there's an infinite number of amulets to go along with the infinite animals.
Well, I don't. Okay.
But anyway, so I don't know. I just got very confused because both Ren and Arthur got very scary with their swords and started threatening people's lives, and I just got very uncomfortable.
No, I actually understand why you did what you did, Philip. That does make sense. It was a little bit scary out there.
Thank you. I try so hard. But yes, I do. It's probably best to get them involved because I don't. I mean, I Arthur doesn't read too, but Ren probably seems to know more about magic stuff than us. So they could probably help us a lot.
Okay. Well, we can bring it to them tomorrow once everybody's had time to decompress and rest, and and he kind of looks down at himself and says, and probably take a shower.
Okay, I don't. The showers seem like fun. I don't really take them.
Does like dirt just kind of like fall off of you eventually, or how does
If
that
I
work?
shake really hard enough.
Okay, well, let's not do that here. Let's.
Sometimes I scream and the dirt just falls right off.
All right.
But sometimes I can still feel it under my skin. Anyway, let's go to sleep.
Yeah, maybe put the collar in the glove box to kind of keep it away from us while we sleep, just in case. And definitely not to give the GM a chance to do something completely wild with it somehow if she wants to.
Okay.
The van turns into a cat.
Oh no!
I-
It's like
Sorry.
it's like My Neighbor Totoro.
I have my notes on this like folded sheet of paper, and I folded to the inside for writing room, and I came across my note from a couple of sessions ago, which says Arthur got that cake,
I mean,
and I
it's a good
see that Dustin is looking for his thing.
I am. It's in the floor. Yeah, like it's the only note that I've ever taken on paper for our game, our campaign.
I'm honored.
It was very important to write that down.
Arthur does. Anyway, so I guess if Cole doesn't have anything more to say, I think I'm good. We got what we got.
Cole has
Okay.
nothing more to say. We got what we've got.
All right. Let's camera shift over to Ren and Arthur, who are back in their motel room. Yeah. What are the two of you doing anything in particular?
I think Arthur's definitely like soaked from the rain, so I think he's going to just kind of like walk inside and begin just kind of like disrobing.
Yeah, I think Red is going to basically do the same thing. I think, like, kind of make it, like, passively checking to make sure, like, Arthur doesn't have, like, a giant gash on his back, or, like, is basically checking to make sure that Arthur is, all right.
You do see, very similarly to how Arthur suddenly had like new scars on his face. You do see that on his torso, it is riddled with burn marks, places where like flesh has been like scraped off and has healed over, more slashes, and there is a prominent one that, with his back to you, you see is an exit wound for some kind of weapon along kind of like the middle of his spine. Damn it, Marsha. And Arthur turns around and you do see a similar like wound very close to where anatomically his heart is, that would probably suggest some kind of run through with a weapon. And he just kind of like looks at you and he says, I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I'm just worried about you.
I mean,
They're...
for good reason. I attacked friends tonight. I didn't mean to. But I snapped again. And I remembered something. When they found me, I was in the rain, just like tonight. And I was just screaming Arthur over and over. And I hadn't really pieced it together until now, but maybe that's why they gave me this name. They needed something to give me that wasn't John Doe.
Well, I think it fits you a lot better than John does.
Thanks.
The scars hurt. And I think Bren kind of gestures to Arthur's chest.
And Arthur just kind of like looks down and like starts like, touching different scars, and he's like, I mean, no, they're all pretty healed over, but it just brings up more questions of how did I get them? Why do I have them? It seems like more and more I begin to realize that maybe my past self was just built for violence. And that scares me, because I don't want that to be me. I don't want to be that, but it seems like it's the only thing I'm good at.
And I think Ren kind of walks over to Arthur, and like looks them like right in the eyes and is like, Arthur, your past is not who you are. I'm not a 7-foot-tall snake person, but also that on a less humorous note, you're Arthur. You're my best friend. You're someone who I trust with my life. You're not someone who's just built for violence. You're also someone who is so much more than that. And just because, even if your past self was, some sort of murder weapon, violent machine, whatever, that's not you anymore, and I can see that. And just because your past self doesn't mean, or just because your past self was something different doesn't mean who you are now isn't real.
And Arthur just kind of like listens, and I think the way we're gonna get a little cinematic with this, but if it's like whether or not there's still like water running down the outside of the window, or if it's just like droplets because it's not actively raining right now, I think any light that's streaming through is just kind of casting like a break through the windows like onto Arthur's face as he listens to Ren, and he's just kind of contemplating what they're saying. And I think Arthur kind of like, two things happen consecutively. One, I think Arthur realizes like how close Ren and Arthur are like in proximity to one another. And Arthur kind of like reaches out and grasps Ren's hand, and he says, "Thank you. I'm struggling to figure things out right now. And it's nice to have someone. So at least I know, even if I don't know who I was, at least the person I am now isn't alone."
You won't be alone.
And I'm good with that right there. I don't know if everyone else is.
Okay.
Also, shame on you, chat. I wasn't looking at you purposefully, but I am now.
What? What's shameful?
Oh, how well does Ren know Arthur's body?
They're two bros sitting 4.5 feet apart.
Or Crackety's comment, "What? You all don't have a soap homie? A scrub buddy?"
But that was in discussion of Philip and
Of
Cole.
the shower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, answer the question, coward. What?
Anyway. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think that is where we leave things off for that night. Everybody, kind of goes to sleep in their respective beds. for a night of somewhat fitful slumber. You know, it's sometimes you knock out after a hard day, and sometimes your body is still in fight or flight and doesn't quite know how to rest. In the morning, Cole and Philip hop back into Cole Van Helsing, pick up Arthur and Ren, and go back to the local library. Cole, it is one of your work days where your boss is not there. It's just you. I want to say it's like a Wednesday or something. It's not a particularly busy day at the library. It's the very beginning of your shift. You're not expecting to see a patron for probably a couple hours. And I will say also, well, no. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Almost.
So I think that is where I will start. The four of you is you are just. You don't have to be in the library, but you can be in the van in the parking lot of the library, kind of determining what to do next with your day.
May I ask, how soon, or I guess, do Cole or Philip tell Ren or Arthur about the amulet, like on the ride to the library, or is that something that y'all are still keeping close to the chest at the moment?
I follow Cole's lead.
Cole will tell you once we get to the library, so he can like
Explain.
move
reveal.
and not like kill everyone in a van accident.
Right.
Okay.
TPK. There's still time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
so I still think that we have a lot to discuss about everything that's been happening recently. And he's going to just reach over to the glove box, open it, take the amulet out, and show them.
When you open the glove box, just a mass of spiders crawls out. Just a fucking metric ton of them spill out. Amulet's still there.
Okay, well that's new. Great, cool.
Honest to God, I thought you were joking, Masha. It's just kind of like this thing happened. But no, this is you actually
legit.
saying keep like
Yeah,
use it.
man.
This is you using your keeper powers to fuck with us. Because one, I hated that. Truly, wow.
Hey Cole, stop fucking keeping spiders in your glove box.
Well,
Don't be silly, Ren. Our spider collection is kept in our apartment where they're safe and fed.
our what?
What kind of
Nothing,
spiders?
anyway.
If
Like
you
tarantulas?
need help cleaning your van, we could, I don't know, take a
No,
Saturday
I
or
don't
something.
think. I don't think.
Arthur, they're
normal-
on your legs.
Arthur's just gonna Arthur is going to calmly just kind of like start brushing them off because he's not that kind of person, even though I am. Definitely the
Yeah,
person.
they don't just vanish, by the way. They're like goofing off. They're like fucking around in the van, like on surfaces.
All right, let's fuck up the local ecosystem and open the van door, and just like let them all
Are these
crawl.
spiders native to the Pacific Northwest?
Yes, they're native to the Pacific Northwest.
Aw.
All right. Then we
I
can
mean,
have
does that make you want to kill them more or less? I don't
less?
know. Okay.
All right, and well, Cole's gonna like do the whole, and then finally just grab the amulet out of the glove box. Okay, so
The spiders tug on it and they don't want to give it to you. That one's a joke.
mine. Stop.
Yeah,
it.
Arthur's gonna
Sorry.
open the van door so that some of the spiders will get out.
Yeah, Cole will roll down the windows.
Philip's gonna lean out the window and cough up one of the spiders.
Didn't like the taste of it, huh?
This is like somewhat off topic, but I just realized this entire season I've been imagining Cole and Philip in the front of the van, and then whoever is riding in the back, riding like Scooby and Shaggy in the back of the mystery machine, just like no seats back there. I don't feel that's probably not accurate, but it just has occurred to me like that's what I was envisioning.
That was definitely my vision at the beginning. Was just like, but then I'm pretty sure Dustin. Yeah, I think Dustin mentioned that there was a row of seats.
There is a row of seats.
Yeah, and then Henry Baker pulls up and sees Cole's van just flooding out with spiders. Oh man.
Cole, you're fired. This is fucked up. I'm not into it.
All right. So this is the amulet that the boy was wearing that, when taken off of him, turned him into. Well, he turned back to being him. We have no idea where it came from. We have no idea what it does exactly. We have no idea what it causes. Apparently, spiders. Is it something that it can cause? Because those were not in there last night. Unless, Phil, did you put spiders in there after we put the amulet in there? Just.
Nope, not me. But it definitely sounds like something I could do.
Yeah, that's why I asked, just to be sure. So, yeah. Is there any way that you guys can think of for us to find out what this thing is? Or...
Well, I know for one, I'm not gonna be much help in the library. I feel as though maybe you and Ren do some book reading, and maybe me and Arthur use our good old social skills and charisma to maybe go talk to that family again and see if they know any of the shit that's going on.
I just realized I muted myself on the Discord call because Sadie's barking in the background, but OBS is just picking up my straight mic, so everyone has still been able to hear her barking. I apologize, chat. We're dog sitting right now.
Oh, I hear her.
Yeah.
Is she next to you? Can I see her?
No, she's out because Sydney was gonna take her for a walk, but someone just knocked on the door, and so she's wilding out. Yeah.
Listen, somebody's here. You need to know.
Yeah.
No.
She's protecting you. Please be grateful.
Or she's protecting them. Like, she could be protecting people coming in, knocking on the door.
It's true from us.
Partner in crime.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Arthur. Whatever, Phil. I apologize, Chris. I was not paying attention. I'm assuming that you were saying that both Philip and Arthur would be of no help. So I think Arthur would just kind of like shrug, and reluctantly kind of like scoot closer to Philip to designate themselves as like a team.
Epic. Okay. So do we feel good with splitting up the party and we go talk to that family while you do you crack at the books?
Wait, say that again?
Do you, Nicole and Ren feel cool with taking a crack at the books while me and Arthur put on the charm and talk to that family?
Okay, great. Thank you for reiterating that. Arthur's gonna look at Philip and be like, I don't think they want to see us.
I think we'd be great company. I think we are the most charming of the group.
Maybe too soon?
While I appreciate the offer, Philip, I need to go pick up my jacket from there anyway, so I have an excuse to go. So I'll probably head that way myself.
Okay, I mean, I could just get your jacket. I'm just trying to make this more optimal for, because I don't think me and Arthur can help a lot with the book reading.
I can look at pictures.
You can do that, yes.
Arthur's very sincere in his in his answer. Like, that can be helpful.
You could look at pictures, I guess.
Well, the main reason I was asking about the amulet, and he looks to Rin. Are you able to like sense the magic on this thing or anything like that?
Forgot I can do that. I can do that.
You're the magic.
I'm the magic man.
After Philip, at least.
Yeah, you and Phil were the magic people, and
I specifically have a move.
yeah,
that does make me sense magical things. But it tells I can sense them fully or less fully. Which I don't think really helps here.
Yeah, because we know that it's magic, right?
Yeah, we know that's magic. We just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I would say I can just give this to you because you were kind of tracking it magically in the first place. Yes, this thing is magical. It is still magical.
I'm thinking I could try and just like investigate a mystery, but flavor it magically, or like try and do it. The problem is right today my red voice and my regular voice are not very different because I'm hoarse. But
That is okay.
I think Red's just gonna be like, I can try my best. I have some magical connection. I might be able to figure something out.
it's an idea. We can also go and talk to the family first, maybe, if we're able to, and find out where it came from.
What are we hoping to learn from them?
Where it came from.
Specifically the boy. I can't imagine the parents know that much. But just the boy to understand a little, because I know he said that when he went to the cabin with his White Bridge friends, and they dared him to put on the collar that was on a skeleton, and when he did that, he became a cat. So I mean, we know that much. I don't know. I guess I just am wondering if he knew any more information about it, or maybe the collar spoke to him telepathically.
Chris, remind me, your personal rule for Philip is that you only like bring back things that have a brain, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But you haven't communicated that rule to anyone in the party, have you? Maybe to Cole, I guess, but
Cole probably knows. I think, you all know that like when Philip brings something back, the only way to like kill it for good is to destroy the brain.
okay,
Like Philip's expressed
Zombie
that
style.
point.
right. I think Arthur's just gonna be like, well, we know where the collar came from. It came from the skeleton. And he kind of like looks at Philip and he says, I'm not a fan of it, but it could be useful. Could you talk to the body at the radio station and see what happened, where it came from back then?
Not necessarily. I mean, I unless it had a few working organs in there, specifically the brain is probably the most important one. I can't really bring them back. I already threw up my bones on them and got little visions of their past.
Did you tell us about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so all I got was like when last night when I kind of was trying to piece it all together, I think some of the skeleton that I had sort of gleamed from, I got the vision of their head getting smashed in by an axe, and so it could be a thing, like last night we were kind of fighting each other and losing our minds, and since those buddies had the collar, maybe something similar happened to them. Maybe they were a bunch of buddies that found the collar and started killing each other over it.
Real quick, while you're having this discussion, I will remind people that there are some investigate a mystery questions that are like phenomena based. They're on page 26 of the Tome of Mysteries. Let me read them out loud really quickly. How is this phenomenon doing this? What could fix it, cure it, or slow it down? How far does the effect reach? And what will be affected next? Not to interrupt what was happening, but like Ren, if you did want to investigate a mystery and have it be a little bit more like magic related, this is kind of probably the route that you'd want to go.
Would you mind taking a picture of that and sending it to the Discord?
You got a bus.
Thank you. Just while we're sitting around this amulet, are we, like, specifically Ren and Arthur, who had the funky stuff happen last night, are we feeling funky again? I assume there was a certain vibe to, like, or feeling to the magic that was involved in, ooh, Ren's dying, and also, ooh, this guy is big bad. Can Ren sense at all if the amulet is, like, affecting their psyche currently?
You do not feel the way that you felt last night, but you still feel very uneasy. You know, especially with the spiders coming out of the glove box. You can tell that something is going on. So you kind of have that, like, light feeling kind of in your chest or pit of your stomach. But as far as you can tell, nothing is hitting hard like it did yesterday.
That's good.
Do you want to make a roll for that, Rin?
Yeah, sure. I think Red's gonna ask if they can hold it, because that seems... They don't super regularly use magical divine influence to investigate things, but that seems right.
Having it in hand makes sense. Hard to look
Having it in hand makes sense. Also, I'm sharing my new dice. I have new dice.
Ooh.
I like
they're they're the dice. They were for the Clever Girl Kickstarter, and then there were some extras that were available on Matthew Graveland's website, and so I picked some up.
Nice.
I don't know if they're still anymore because they were super limited, but they're dinosaur themed.
Back at
Not
that
the red
here,
one.
unfortunately, but that's okay. I have plenty of dice.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll investigate a mystery.
Well, not the worst. Fuck. Never mind. I forgot Ren's stupid.
Oh no!
That's a 4. That's a 4.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh man.
Oh no. Okay,
I
hold up.
forgot that without Fig here, our
Yeah.
highest sharp is Philip and Arthur.
God.
The one
Yeah,
who can't
which is-
read.
which is why it was hilarious that you were like, "Yeah, we should go do the charm stuff, and you two should go do the research," because I'm pretty sure that
I'm saying that in story reason of putting the 2 illiterate people in a library.
I forgot that I was rolling this with sharp instead of weird, and so I was like, oh yeah, I've got a +2 weird, I'll be fine. And then I remembered that investigate a mystery is sharp, and Ren is not that.
So.
oh no.
Oh boy. No,
Oh.
she's fine. No, it's fine. You don't have to react like that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hard moves are hard, yo. Hard
True.
moves are hard. So I think I might keep this one in my back pocket for now and save it for a later time.
Ooh.
For when it kind of comes up. So Ren, you are handed the amulet by Cole, and you can still feel that there's some kind of magic coming off of it, but you can't quite place it. And I don't think I've described it yet at all. And so I should probably do that, especially now that you guys are up close to it. It is a emerald pendant that is kind of wrapped onto a piece of probably like 1/4 inch thick leather that doesn't have a clasp to put on, but rather kind of like a spoke popped out of one end that you can just poke into the leather to kind of adjust to the height that you want it to be. It doesn't look like it's been professionally made. The green gemstone that makes up, kind of the focal point of the necklace is not symmetrically cut, but it does catch the light, in really beautiful ways and seems to almost glow when held at certain angles. Everyone's talking about the spiders. Maybe the failure is that a spider crawls into your mouth and then you become Spiders George, who eats X amount of spiders. No, I can't. Ugh. Let me check my notes. Real fast.
Ren's feeling great about this whole situation. Well, Ren's feeling fine. Ren's just like, I don't fucking know. Marza's feeling great about this whole situation.
Yeah, I think what happens is this. You have a very physical reaction to holding on to the amulet. You are looking at it and kind of like trying to get the detail and the feel and maybe even the smell of this thing. And it sends you reeling. Your heart rate picks up, you start to sweat, your vision becomes a little bit blurry. And you feel like the more you try to concentrate on it, the more pushback you get. Like you physically cannot hold on to this thing any longer.
Red's just gonna like toss it forward and then sort of just kind of like without thinking, toss it forward into the front of the van, and then just like, I've got no fucking idea. It's bad, and Ren's just gonna like step out of the car because I imagine they're just kind of like feeling gross and sweaty, and like want to get out of this cramped car full of spiders.
Okay, well, I guess that was one thing. Okay, and Cole pulls out his phone and takes a picture of it.
Okay.
And he's going to upload it to a Discord that he's a member of, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah? What's
I
the
would
Discord?
This Discord is a Discord dedicated to spooky artifacts.
Okay.
Occultic artifacts, basically. Like, real and fake. Like, a lot of people will, like, make their own and be like, look, this looks just like the Necronomicon from the whatever. And then some people are like, these are real ones.
The Young Monster Hunters Discord.
No. He's in multiple Discords.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay, dope.
Yeah, because this one isn't about monsters. This one's about an artifact. So he's got to, like, jump to a different Discord for that.
How many of them have Indiana Jones profile pictures?
Oh, most of them.
Okay.
Yes.
A requirement to be in the Discord server.
Like you have Indiana Jones, and then you have like gender bent Indiana Jones, and then you have like furry Indiana Jones, and like.
What's furry Indiana Jones? Hold up! You can't just keep talking after that.
I don't know why, but I'm imagining like a fox. Or a wolf, maybe.
That would make sense.
I think the fox kind of gives like this sly kind of thief aesthetic.
Which I mean, like, he
Sly
gives
Cooper.
off that kind of vibe,
Yeah.
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 He's more of a I don't want to think about this. I don't want my brain to be in this place.
I think we've.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
so-
I'll Google it and find
Don't
it.
worry,
Yeah,
guys.
Crackety
yeah.
says Indiana Bones. He's a
$2,000, we're
dog.
going to. At $2,000,
Dog?
we're going to
What
start a
kind
new
of dog?
podcast. It's going to be called.
Who's
Furry
that
Jack.
furry?
Yeah.
He's a beagle.
Gosh, and where we just talk about fictional characters
No.
and what their persona would be.
Yeah. I have made the mistake of Googling Indiana Jones furry. And yeah,
No.
there's a poster that someone made that's Indiana Bones in the Kennel of Doom, and it's very good.
There it is.
Mhm.
Hilariously, the site that it's hosted on is for Affinity, so
Yeah.
I
Most
mean,
of-
Team.
it's a completely safe for work poster,
Mhm.
as far as I can tell.
Did you? There's also one Indiana Bones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark that's a little bit farther
That's
down.
so
That's on
good.
Facebook.
Oh man, this one is not as well articulated.
Yeah.
so he's,
Yeah, most of them seem to be foxes, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
foxes,
Mm.
dogs.
A
He's-
few
he's
red
definitely a
pandas.
canine.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's at least one or two on this Discord channel that have at least the Dr. Jones or like the father. You know.
Oh yeah. Sean Connery's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that he's not, and that's a snake.
Yeah, for real.
It's a good call.
Okay. So, what's the plan, team? We got a nauseous party member, and there are spiders everywhere, and the amulet's still vibing.
Actually, it does make a good call to make Indiana Jones a dog persona because he's named after the dog from his childhood. Remember, like the dog's name was
Is that
Indiana.
actually true? I haven't watched Indiana Jones.
Sorry,
It's
I just remembered that small bit of lore, and I was like, oh, that actually works really well. So,
Anyways.
yes.
I was setting it up so that I could ask, can I roll net friends? My move, net friends. You know, a lot of people on the internet, when you contact a net friend to help you with a mystery, roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, they're available and helpful. They can fix something, break a code, hack a computer, or in this case, get you some special information. On a 7 to 9, they're prepared to help, but it's either going to take some time or you're going to have to do part of it yourself. And on a miss, you burn some bridges. So hopefully he doesn't get banned from Discord. That would
suck.
I
That
would
would
love a playbook that's based around like an overprotective parent that only gives like malices. So it's like they give you a -1 to the roll of net friends because they're strangers on the internet. You have to be careful, you know, stuff like that.
Okay, so that's not a great roll, but my charm is a +2, so that's still gonna make it to 8.
Okay. Remind me what the 7 to 9 is.
7 to 9, they're prepared to help, but it's either going to take some time, or you're going to have to do part of it yourself.
Do you decide or do I decide?
It doesn't say. So you decide who decides, and then if you decide that you decide, then you decide.
Okay. I think that it is successful, but you are going to have to do some of the research yourself. So, what are you posting? You're posting a picture of this. Like, what is your question that you're putting out there?
I think that the main he's posted the picture in Ask an Artifact, the channel Ask an Artifact, and he says, has anybody ever seen anything like this before? Found it in an old cabin in the woods.
Okay. I want to say it out loud. I did make in our community Discord server. I made a channel called Net Friends because it was requested that we can now answer these things in real time. So yeah, if anybody wants to try their hand at what Cole's Net Friends are saying, in there, I guess. Anyway, yeah. So I think that are you're kind of popping on the Discord while chaos is a little bit ensuing around you, and you get several people typing little bubble that pops up, and then nothing, and then several people typing and then nothing, and the information that you get from a couple different people's messages is just that this exact amulet nobody is familiar with. However, the cut of the gemstone and the way that it's catching the light show that it is something that currently has magic imbued within it. The implication is that it can kind of ebb and flow with magic, kind of absorb more, give off less. And there is also this assumption that because of the way the gemstone is cut, that it is not the natural formation, and therefore it can be shattered. However, you are... I appreciate what's happening in the Discord. It's just proving to me that what I'm saying is not coming out in like normal ass sentences because of the way that people are typing things. But yeah, so you know people are like gemstone enthusiast 5700 is saying like, oh, it can be broken ... but be careful, you probably need a special tool, you know. And then Indiana Jones as a furry comments, wow, that's a nice leather cording that's on there. And then you notice that comment disappears. And Ahmad pops in and says, sorry, off topic. And then, you know, you get a couple of pings just kind of with that information.
Okay. All right.
I watched Grackety post that comment, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're missing out on the
cleavage
fun that I'm having right now.
Yeah, we spent so much time adding this chat onto our overlay to have this aspect, and now we've created a whole new channel that our YouTube watchers are not going to be able to see. Please join the Discord.
Exactly. This is a reason for you to join our Discord, which links. Hang on. Link in the chat.
It is. The commentary that's currently happening
you have to put
is
the
basically
social.
People just typing what I typed.
There we go.
In not as many words, and it's very entertaining to me. Because I made the channel without asking anybody else, mind you. I didn't ask for permission. I'm asking for forgiveness. But I'm having a good time. Sometimes you make your own fun. So that is the information that you get, Dustin. But the resounding thing is kind of just like, you know, before you know exactly what it does and what tool you need to break it, you kind of just still have it for the time being.
Right. Neat. Okay, so it is at least probably breakable. Cole's got like a spider sitting on his shoulder, like looking at the gym, like looking over his shoulder at the phone he's on. He brushes a spider off the phone.
Do we want to break it though?
I mean, we need to look a bit further into it before we immediately do, but it may be better broken than still out in the world.
That's fair. And they didn't say anything else.
Something about cleavage, but I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to say. This is a Christian server.
It most certainly is not. Okay.
The fact that there's a geology thing called cleavage is like one of my favorite facts to throw in just like anywhere any geology is brought up.
Cole doesn't know geology.
Yeah.
You know there's some like geologist joke shirts out there that are like, #1 cleavage fan or something on those lines.
Oh yeah.
Um,
If there's not, I'm going to make it.
oh man. Okay, so I'm not saying this in character. So what have we gleaned from Net Friends, and like how does that change the plan that we had from the beginning?
I think it's just we need to learn more,
Right.
and then we can decide whether we break it. And
So
then,
we're at the same place that we were.
yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Other than the fact that it is breakable, like we didn't know for sure that
Yeah,
that
no
was
one
even
tried.
a possibility.
That's fair. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I can give you more if you want. I don't
No,
know
no,
if that was
it's-
enough, Cole, for your mixed
No,
success. if you don't-
I know what Cole wants to do to
Okay.
find out more, and we've already talked about that. He wants to go talk to the boy,
Gotcha.
and so that's his like that's what he's sticking with. That's his. This is what I want to do. Get back in the spider van and let's go talk to the boy.
I think Arthur's going to turn to Philip, and he's going to say, "So you think that we've learned everything that we could from the skeleton at the Ranger station?"
I mean, in if you want, we could explore more. I can't do any more. I can only really throw up my bones in specific occasions. Could say once per series of events that we do. I mean,
But you have other magic.
I mean, I could burn the bones. I could also, I could try to.
Do you think you could possibly see into another
another
place or time?
I could possibly do that. I could maybe.
So-
I could.
Those bones
Sorry.
may not be there anymore. There were cops up there.
Oh, that is true.
Arthur, you got along well with the cops, right? You could probably go and ask them about if they found out anything, right?
I don't have my sword anymore. So
Where do you put it?
I didn't.
Did
I-
you just leave it at the kid's house?
No, because I remember specifically Philip sheathing the sword very creepily.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Oh, yeah,
assuming
I
it's
guess I
maybe
had
in the
that.
van. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's probably in the van.
Yeah.
I think Philip is like, here's your sword, and it's sort of it's
Arthur
a lot-
immediately backs up, hands like
Oh.
up. He's like, you best keep that.
Okay, I shall cherish it always.
Okay.
He's gonna try and swing that.
Do you want me to take it?
No,
time
it's
being.
my special gift from Arthur.
Will you promise me that you won't swing it when there's people around?
Sure. I just like looking at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what
I guess we're
what-
just all going to the family's house. I guess that's the plan. Unless Arthur, you really want to go to the check out the body and we can split up.
Well, even if the body's not in the ranger station, you could still use your magic to see back then.
Another place our time is.
Correct. Even if the body's not there, and maybe we'd learn something about what happened then.
I mean, that works for me, I guess.
So, are we splitting up?
Let's split up, gang. I've always wanted to say that. It's like that Scooby-Doo cartoon.
The what?
Scooby-Doo cartoon?
I'm sure it will be on at the motel at some point. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so I'll grab Arthur and we'll fly over to the
Wait,
ranger
hold on,
station.
Philip. I'm not sure.
All right, good luck. Hold on tight, Arthur.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right. Who's going where?
I guess Arthur and Philip are going to the ranger station.
Arthur and Philip are going to the ranger station. Ren and Cole, where are you going?
The boy.
Okay.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Boy.
I think. Oh, I was
Um,
gonna say I think Ren might stay at the library because his sharp is better than his charm, but nope, they're both -1.
Nice.
So at least his help out is better, so he can maybe try to help Cole talk to people.
Guess we'll find out.
Who's keeping the amulet?
Cole.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think Ren is particularly happy about that, but
Yeah, unless like Arthur thinks that it would be useful to bring to the cabin, since that was Arthur's idea to go to the cabin. But otherwise, Cole will keep it.
Wait, so Ren's still going with Cole, though?
Mhm.
Okay, then yeah. I think that if Cole wants to keep the amulet, that's fine, so long as Ren is with him.
Yeah, I don't even like. It's not even him saying I want to keep it. It's just he has it right now, and like so if nobody else is like I want it, then Cole will hold on to it.
Right.
and I think before Ren gets back into the van, they're gonna be like, "Could we put the amulet back in the glove box?"
There'll be
I
more
don't-
spiders.
I don't, as long as I don't have to like look at it, directly interact with it, I think I'd prefer that.
Okay, and we'll put it in the glove box, I guess. Yeah.
Infinite spider glitch.
That's how
Infinite-
That's how we beat the game, guys. Chris, watch out. We're gonna do the infinite spider glitch.
All right.
No.
Okay. So, Arthur and Philip are going to the ranger station. How are they getting there?
Philip is grabbing onto Arthur and flying away.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then Ren and Cole are going to take the van with the amulet in the glove box to the boy's house.
We
Yep.
can fly. We can fly. We can fly.
Okay. I think this is a good time, as good a time as any, to take our break so that we can come back and allow these shenanigans to ensue. But it is time for your DM to get a snack, and for the rest of you to get a snack too, so that we
Yes.
may partake in our favorite pastime, which is to say snack check.
Yeah.
After
we only-
after
we-
spending this time together and playing Monster of the Week together.
We only play Monster of the Week together so we can have snack time. That's
Exactly.
Exactly.
This is all
after
an
episode
elaborate
15 of
ruse.
season 1,
All right.
we all got very obsessed.
Okay.
Alright.
See you all in about 10 minutes. For 20 before the hour or 40 past the hour, whichever way your brain works is fine. We will see you in a little bit. Get some water. Get a snacky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
At the tail end of it.
I put too much pepper in my food. as a white woman, this is hard for me to eat.
As a white woman, is that not your spice?
It kind of is my spice. I put black pepper in everything. It's a good spice. Mm.
Pepper does
But-
slap.
Mhm.
Pepper do be bussin'.
Yeah. So, welcome back to Monster of the Week / the Snack Check podcast. Why don't we come back in with what snacks everybody's having? I'll start so I can eat while everybody else talks. I am having a mug's worth of the potato and leek soup that I posted a picture of in our Discord earlier. It is a very good soup. Since I've already had some today, I have zhuzhed it up by putting some Parmesan cheese and extra pepper in it. Hence my complaints about the pepper. I put too much pepper.
No such thing.
I scarfed down a very quick dinner of chicken, green beans, and mac and cheese. And I am currently having chocolate-covered almonds.
Mmm.
Yeah, I've got some chicken casserole to heat up after the stream, but I was too lazy to heat it up now. So instead, I'm having Cheez-Its.
Hot and spicy.
Hot and also spicy.
Two
That's
in
Oh.
Very
one.
different
That definitely
Did
rolls
you-
off the tongue better.
It's got
Their marketing team should contact you.
Mhm.
here it is. It's got 100% real cheese
Mm.
Wow.
as opposed to
The
all
fake
of its
cheese.
all of its competitors using the.
fake cheese.
Yeah, but I was
You
trying to think
know-
of a funny thing to say instead of cheese, but I couldn't think of it.
Perform, Dustin. Perform.
Steroids
Okay.
instead of steroids.
PEDs.
Make us
Europe
laugh.
craft singles can't have to be sold. I don't think it's in America, but in Europe they have to be sold as a cheese product because they're not cheese enough to be cheese. That's my favorite fact. It's not my
Mm.
favorite fact, but it's a good one.
I think similar vein, the like shelf stable craft like grated Parmesan can be up to like 10% just straight up plant cellulose before it's no longer like cheese. And so you're probably eating some plants in there.
Yeah.
Oh no, gross! Not plants.
You're getting your dose of veggies.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's
Veggies
not-
are for losers.
Hey, I like 3 vegetables. So you're coming at me with that.
Do you? What vegetables do you like?
Broccoli, kale.
Oh, maybe we should stick.
Ale?
Maybe we should hold on to this for the Snack Check podcast.
Hmm.
Yeah. You
I'm
know
sure
what?
there's
which-
another. Oh, I like artichokes. Not
which-
artichokes. I do like artichokes. I like asparagus.
I actually was thinking maybe for the Snack Check podcast, when we do hit that mark,
Yep.
Mhm.
maybe putting up like a poll in the Discord of like different topics and letting people maybe pick and choose, and not that like the whole thing has to be one single topic, but maybe we can like choose the order of how it all goes down or something.
Yeah, for
That'd be
sure.
cool.
Gotta get that main event going.
Mhm.
And remember, you can help us hit that goal by donating now.
Bingo.
Yeah, I still think that we should do a live cursed food eating.
Oh yeah.
You know, I really want to make a savory gravy type of deal. I'm not going to use a fucking turkey, but I could
Whole
probably get
turkey?
like a Cornish game hen or something and make like a mini savory gravy.
Oh.
Obviously, with like the bun
Savory.
being proportional to how big a Cornish game hen is.
Chris, when you
Savory
brought
Gravy Slayer.
when you brought it into being, the savory gravy, did you envision it with bones?
It
Like
has
yeah.
to have bones. It's a whole turkey.
Yeah, it's a whole turkey.
Okay. I just want to make sure for Masha's game hen that it also has bones.
Yeah. There specifically, once you bite into it, you gotta watch out for the bones. That's a part of the challenge.
Right. Part of the
Uh,
experience, choking on a bone.
What other snacks we got,
Yeah.
team?
my snacks are fucking my meds and cough drops.
Ricola.
Um, but since I don't have an interesting fact, I can't think of my favorite fact, but one of my favorites off the top of my head is that for a while, the reason, so theropods like T-Rex got smaller and smaller arms, but they never fully evolved to the Moai, and scientists wondered why, and so one of the theories for a while, it's not a very popular theory, but like, is that it was for sexual tickling, like snakes do. That's just a really cursed one, because it's like,
Hey, don't you
Hey,
keep shame T-Rexes, okay?
it's just like it's such a fun one to just drop out of nowhere. It's like, hey, y'all know how T-Rex had really small arms? You want to know why? Maybe sexual tickling.
So
Also, I
far
got-
from Mars, we have had Monster Fucker, we have had furry Indiana Jones, now we have T-Rex sexual tickling. Am I missing anything?
I did talk about demon fucking earlier.
Demon fucking, that's what it was. My bad.
Yeah. I've been inside for like 3 days straight, because I thought I had COVID. So this is like the first social interaction I've had in a couple days, so it's apparently just no holds barred. The end. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay. Chris, did we get your snack?
I'm on cookies.
I heard cookies.
I heard almond cookies?
Lemon cookies,
Lemon cookies.
Ooh.
and I made black tea.
Nice.
Nice.
Lipton?
It's sadly
I also
Not Lipton. Oh my gosh. Our boy's moving
not.
up in
It's
the
not
world.
hot Lipton. It's hot Twinnings.
ooh. I can respect
How does
the
it
hot
compare to the
Twinnings.
Lipton?
This doesn't hold out.
About to catch these hands. All right. I'm kidding. Okay. Let's fucking get on it. We got a limited amount of time here, people. We gotta get shit rolling, she says, being the keeper who has to actually get the shit rolling. Cool. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Arthur and Philip, the two of you, I presume, get out of Cole Van Helsing
Thank you.
with the intention of flying to the ranger station, correct?
Well,
See,
that's Philip's
This
intention.
is what happens when we don't have angel wings.
This is what happens when you gotta make do with little devil man. And you know what? You know what we're gonna do?
What are we gonna do? Do it. Force us back together. Do it. I dare you.
I'm not gonna force you back together. What I'm gonna do is, as you guys are kind of having this, like, all right, you guys are gonna go do this, you guys are gonna go do this, a familiar face walks up, and a smaller familiar face walks up, and it's Fig and her little guy.
Hey! I know them.
And Fig looks at the four of you, looks at the torrent of spiders coming down from the van, and just kind of looks at little man and puts him on the ground, and he starts chasing them around and eating them. And Fig looks at you all and says, I don't know what the fuck you guys have and haven't done, but there's been some really weird shit happening around town. Is it you guys have it handled? Do you need me?
I got a magic collar.
Yeah, I'm imagining that at this point, Philip is up in the air and his arms, like his hands are like in Arthur's like armpits, and he's like Arthur's like maybe like on his tippy toes, like halfway up, like off the ground, and he's like, Philip, can you put me down?
no.
Okay.
All right, I figured. You know what? I'm gonna stay out of your business, but I am gonna give you walkie-talkies so that next time shit goes down, you can tell me and each other what's happening, all right? And she pulls out 2 walkie-talkies, gives one to Arthur, who is currently dangling from Philip,
Thank you.
pockets another, and gives a third to Cole, and says, I'm gonna let this little guy finish what he's doing, and little man is having the time of his life. eating all of these spiders. And then I'm gonna be at Miss Merrill's today. I'm gonna help her do a little bit of inventory, and we're gonna talk about some of the weird stuff going on around town. Again, I have a strong suspicion that it's related to all of you. Just because I don't think you guys have seen it, there was a mountain lion sighting.
Oh yeah,
there,
Arthur
Arthur
suplexed it.
Suplexed it.
Yeah, been there, done that, you know.
Right.
I did do that.
There are okay. Well, I'm glad that that part of it's been handled. I heard that Miss Merrill's neighbor turned into a snake and back again. Not convinced
Did
about
that
that
once.
one. But a lot of people seem to be missing their teeth. I don't know if this is like a calcium-related monster that you guys are dealing with. Some people just seem to have lost their teeth in the last day. And yeah, you know what? You guys know more than I do. I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, little man, can you stop eating? Oh my god, can you stop eating spiders? Can you please stop eating spiders? Please stop eating please stop eating this. Please stop eating the spiders. And he's inside the van at this point, romping around eating the spiders. And he will come back to Fig's shoulder, and Fig will kind of like wave and point to her a walkie-talkie and walk away. DM behind the curtain, I just want the two groups to be able to communicate with each other, because Arthur and Philip can't read, so even if they had a cell phone, like, they wouldn't be able to figure that shit out. I just don't want it
We
to
could
be-
communicate through emojis.
That's fair, but how do you know you're sending them to the right person? You know what I mean? I guess you could use emojis.
For
It's fine.
contact
The
names.
group has walkie-talkies now. This is the most railroady
Break
thing
our
I've
break.
ever done.
Or maybe the only word that Arthur can read is Ren's name.
Wow.
It's a very easy word to read.
3 letters.
Boo, over.
Anyway,
Copy.
Copy.
Over.
copy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to give this to Philip. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Philip and Arthur, you're going to the ranger station. Cole and Ren, you're driving to the house. Yes?
I
Okay.
feel like maybe nope, never mind.
Okay.
I was
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Bartleby because of course I am. Okay, I'm. Here we go.
Okay. I think, Arthur, are you allowing Philip to float you through town?
All you have to do is believe you can.
I don't think that that's how that works. I mean, the way I envisioned it, Philip just kind of like came up behind Arthur and grabbed him and is like picking him up in the process. So Arthur's just gonna be like, "Can you stay a little low, just in case you drop me? I could maybe roll
Don't
and not
worry,
break as
I
much."
have a... No, don't worry. I have a death grip. Haha, that's a joke.
I'm 15 feet above the ground right now, Philip. I don't think it's the time for jokes.
Okay,
15 feet's
okay.
fine.
I mean,
Tumble a
and
little.
climbing.
I mean, we could go higher if you want. That gives me enough time to catch you.
Okay. I will let the two of you
I don't
sort
like
your
this
shit.
game.
I'm gonna let the two of you sort out the height that you want to be at. Why don't we follow Ren and Cole first?
Quickly
So,
Googles what height humans can survive a fall from.
are you driving straight to the kid's house? Are you stopping anywhere along the way?
Ren would like to stop for coffee, but I've just that's just a character trait of Ren now, is just like really fucking likes coffee.
Yeah.
Ren is addicted.
Yeah.
But,
You guys can
but
stop for coffee.
Cole will go through the drive-thru, get Ren some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Coffee acquired. On to the
Ditto.
next. Excellent.
20 to 25 feet. That's how high humans can survive and safely fall.
Yeah, 15's fine then. 15 and climbing. Yes. So as the two of you are driving, Cole and Ren, you feel more and more uneasy, and actually as you go through the drive-through for the coffee, you don't notice it at the time, but as you leave, you realize that the person at the counter was giving you kind of a weird look. And when I say counter, I mean drive-through window. But at this point, you are on the road heading to the kid's house. Yeah. I don't
Is
think
it-
that any... Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was just gonna have Cole make a comment of like, people are losing teeth. Isn't that a common nightmare thing?
Yep, it's also a common scurvy thing. But somehow
Okay.
I feel like we're not dealing with a vitamin C deficiency.
Cole sips on the orange juice he ordered instead of coffee. Probably not.
Feel like you're
And a glass of warm
Guesses.
milk.
a little more likely.
I mean, it's just a thought, but like, because, I mean, okay, so this may sound a little crazy, but it seems like everything that we've been dealing with has been related to fear. At least a lot of things that I've been afraid of.
That's a good point. Where's the cat boy coming from then? Scared of cats?
Yeah, maybe.
Guess we're about to find out.
Anyways, I'm sorry for interrupting you a moment ago. Keeper, what were you saying?
Oh, nothing. You guys make it back to... Excuse me. You make it to that same street. Things are a little bit more disheveled than you remember leaving them yesterday. But the door to the house that the kid went into is currently closed. Doesn't seem like anybody is currently outside.
I mean, yeah, it's. I hope they keep it closed. It would be infinitely scarier if it was open, to be honest. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go check it out. Here we go. And Cole gets out of the van.
Wait, Cole.
What?
Bringing a sword frowned upon, right?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. I'm leaving my sword in the car.
I'll
Okay.
leave the window rolled down so you can reach in and grab it.
Well, I don't want anyone else to reach in and grab it.
Who would steal a sword? Besides
anyone.
Cole. Besides Philip and me. And
I would also steal a sword.
yeah, maybe Arthur. Fig probably if she really needed to.
Also,
Miss Merrill.
it's made of bronze, so like people who want to melt it down. We should probably just close the window.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Sans weapon, Ren and Cole, you are now kind of on the front lawn sidewalk area of this house.
Cole just
It's a good knock.
Hold on. And you hear a couple of locks open up and the door creaks open, and looking at you wearing your jacket, Cole, is that teenager from yesterday.
Hi.
Hi?
Do you remember me at all?
Um, you sound familiar. Oh my gosh. Is is this your jacket that I'm wearing? I'm sorry, you can have it back.
No.
And
It's okay. You can keep it. You don't have to take it off immediately. It's fine.
um, can I? Okay. Um, and he is going to step out the front of the house and close the door behind him. After yesterday and everything that happened, I don't know that my mom would want me talking to strangers, but what? I Okay, I was a cat, right? Why?
I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me a bit about that.
Um, okay. And he takes a deep breath and starts describing the last couple of days that he has.
Here we go.
So I go to Fogwell High School, and a couple of my friends and a couple of their friends from Whitebridge, we all went to the house, the ranger station in the woods, and they all told me, spooky things happen there, and I said, haha, okay, let's go. I guess we're supposed to. And we were there, and everything was fine. And then as the night kept going on, my friends just went into the basement, which I really didn't want to go into. And so I stayed upstairs, and then one of them told me they found a dead body, and I wanted to call the cops, but I didn't want to get in trouble. There's so much trash there. And then I looked down, and there were bones. And I looked up at my friends, and they had these weird, monstrous faces, and I got so scared, and I couldn't understand what they were saying to me. And then one of them, I think it was maybe Chaz from Whitebridge, put the took just like put this necklace thing on me, and I freaked out. I couldn't take it off, and I saw all of these things, all of these really scary things. And then when I looked at my own reflection, I saw a fucking cat. What kind of teenage kid is scared of cats? Uh, it's me. I'm scared of cats. If I could never see a cat again, I'd be so happy.
Were you already scared of cats, or is this a recent thing from being a cat?
When I was 5, our family cat freaked out when I pet him, and he scratched me a bunch, and since then I can't be in the same room as them. My friends have to put them away when I come and visit. I I don't know. I'm not over it. I still have some of the scars, and he points to a couple areas on his face where he has some now light but still scarring on his cheeks near his eyes from where he had been scratched.
It's okay. Hey, we're all scared of something. I'm terrified of big storms. I got caught up in the storm, that happened, and the store that I worked in was almost completely destroyed by it, by a, a stray helicopter actually crashing down out of it. That was a bit weird, but yeah. So I get it, being afraid.
Yeah, and I kind of figured I'd never see you again. Um, but I think hmm, thank you. It's hard to thank people. I don't know how to give compliments. Um, you talked me down when I was the most afraid. And that's when things felt like they were going back to normal. My mom is still pretty freaked, and my dad's in the hospital. Um, I can't imagine what it's like to be in that big storm.
It's okay. That was
Oh,
it's fine. I'm glad that that you're okay. So there's nothing more that you can remember. Uh, did this Chaz already have that collar thing, or was it in the cabin?
Mm. Um. It was when I first peeked downstairs, I could have sworn it was in the bones.
Okay. Okay. Well, that does answer a few things.
Have you checked in with your friends since the incident? Like, how were they holding up? Are they all accounted for? That
I don't want to talk to them. I don't think that they were ever really my friends.
Yeah.
that's smart.
Yeah, that's actually really mature of you. You're right. You deserve better friends than that. And as someone who just recently made some really good friends, just keep pushing through. You'll find your tribe, as it were.
Thanks. Yeah, I remember when they put it on the necklace on me first. It showed me a lot of scary things, but they weren't all things that I was scared of.
Hmm.
I don't know if that helps. But
Can you
yeah.
name some of the things? Like, what kind of things? Do you remember at all?
I do, yeah. And I think that we will actually take a pause to cut back to Philip and Arthur, who are currently flying at hopefully safe for falling from the sky height through the woods back to the ranger station. I will say, for the sake of time and our sanity collectively, you're able to make it to the ranger station without any issues. You get there, you land, if you like, I guess. Currently, there are no vehicles around it, but the doors are all closed and locked up.
Before we land, I think Philip's like, "You want me to drop you through the window?"
I mean, you're gonna let me down, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's like a little.
No,
drop bomb.
you used the word drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you
No,
through the window.
you could just look. You could just float down, and just set me down gently.
Okay, well, it just looked like the doors were locked. Okay.
So it was just gonna use you as a human projectile.
That's fine.
True. Yes. Okay, so Philip lands.
Oh, thank God.
And
I
thank
think
you for flying, Philip. Philip Airlines. Please give us a good review on Yelp. I've never been on an airplane before.
I feel like
The
Arthur.
conversation that Philip, Apophis, and Eric's character
Birdie.
would have had about airplanes. My God.
Um,
My God. And Arthur. Did I say that already? Philip, Arthur, Apophis, and Birdie. Put them in a room together. I want to see what they come up with, you know?
I think once Arthur sat down on the ground, he definitely has some like jelly legs, so he kind of like supports himself on the side of the house, and he kind of gives Philip an odd look, and he says, "You didn't drop me."
I did not. Again, like I said, I have a very firm grip.
And Arthur just kind of like nods, maybe feeling like a little conflicted about his feelings about Philip, I think. But I think he's just gonna test the door, and you said it was locked.
Yes, the door is locked. You also see some very fresh-looking no trespassing signs, kind of hastily stapled a little bit diagonal onto the door, and some of the wood boarding around the windows.
Okay. Arthur just kind of like looks at it and he says, "Is a locked door gonna stop you? It's not gonna stop me."
I do have this big sword.
You don't want to, damage the edge.
I
maybe
don't know how swords work.
if you, they won't be as sharp if you hit them on the wrong things. Okay, and then I think Arthur's just gonna take like maybe a step back, walk up to the door, and just try and kick the door in. Specifically trying to hit like right above where the knob is, to just like hit the locking mechanism.
Yeah. What is Arthur's tough?
+2.
Okay. I think I'm not going to make you roll for it. I think that this building is old enough and not particularly well cared for, and you're probably not the first one to do something like this. You kick the door and it swings open with a bit of a crack of breaking wood.
See? No sword. Detonate it.
Very cool, I guess.
Where is Philip keeping the sword on him?
The scabbard has a strap on it.
He
I
does,
imagine,
because Arthur usually wore it like across his chest. So
yeah, I think Philip's just doing the same thing. It's across his chest.
Okay. So to the basement then?
I guess I should.
Arthur is painfully familiar with that stretch of the house, so I think he's just gonna make his way over and test the doorknob for the basement.
It's locked.
Great.
The cops are still in there.
Keeper.
What was the question?
Sorry. Is the door to the basement locked as well?
No, the door to the basement is open. There is police tape in a line across it.
Philip takes out the sword and cuts the tape.
Arthur just kind of like gestures and is like, "Well, okay, yeah, that's."
I am a cool knight.
As you get down into the actual basement itself, you peek over into that corner where the body was interred, and you see a couple of those like stand-up floodlights over it. They're not currently on, and a lot more police tape.
Is the skeleton still there?
It is.
Is there, if we follow the cords, is there a place to turn on the lights?
There is a generator in the room. So yes.
Yeah, right. I'm just trying to think whether or not my amnesiac would know how to turn on a generator.
Oh.
So I think
I spend a lot of time in Home Depot. They have giant skeletons that make me feel at home.
Hard to get.
Oh,
Home
man.
Depot, where this
the
season
White
of
Bridge
Hustle
Home
Week
Depot.
brought to you by Home Depot.
Oh man. Yeah, just the imagery of Philip and Home Depot is really funny to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then Arthur's just gonna kind of like hold up his hands and he says, "I have no fucking clue how to turn that on."
Okay. I mean, it's sort of, you like plug it in. There's like a power button, I guess. Boop, boop, boop.
So Philip's gonna try and turn this generator on.
Yeah, I guess I'm turning on the lights. Do the lights reveal any shocking secrets?
Shocking.
Keeper.
The lights reveal the room that you have seen before, only now much brighter than a couple of flashlights. The bones have been more carefully unearthed. There appear to be more of them than were opened up before. And yeah, just like a little pile of dirt in the corner. The bones have all been left where they are. There are a couple of flags in various spots. One of which you notice is kind of in the middle of the chest where there that kind of crunched area that Ren had fallen into was. But another flag near where the like crushed in area of the skull is. And the more you look, the more breakages or kind of hairline fractures you see.
To clarify something real quick, Keeper, it is just that one skeleton inside this hole, right? There's not.
Yes.
There's not other. Okay. Great. Arthur's just gonna kind of like look over at the body and look back at Philip and be like, "Okay, I guess it's."
You've never been in a basement with 2 corpses before?
No, I just I think this is where you come in, I guess.
Okay, I guess I'll see what I can do. I'll loosen up the old grease.
I mean, I don't want to assume because you and the skeleton's a skeleton, but
do you just think all skeletons know each other, you bastard?
Arthur's just gonna kind of like, it just seems kind of, like, it just kind of fits like bones.
Okay,
They just kind of
anyway,
fit together.
I'm just gonna do some magic. I feel I think you're very weird. Okay, I guess I'm going to use magic to try to observe another place or time.
Okay.
The dice fell. I'll grab another one.
All right.
All right. Oh, that is a 2 and a 1.
Holy.
Big
So that's a 6 exactly.
Christ. My brother in Christ.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris. I have no idea what Arthur could be doing in this scenario to help Philip. Unless Philip has given Arthur specific instructions. But otherwise, I don't know if I would roll a help out because I really don't know what Arthur could do to help.
Well, we live and learn.
Doesn't your magic do something? Or like...
Yeah, the special thing about the hex is bad luck charm, which is basically whenever I use magic and it goes wrong, it never goes wrong at me.
That's right. Oh god. Okay.
It always affects someone else around me. It might even hit. It might even hit an enemy sometimes. Is also what it says, but normally it's someone else.
Good times.
Very cool. Yeah. And the failure line for use magic is on a miss you lose control of the magic. This never ends well. So very cool. What happens is this. I think we see Philip stroll up very confident to this pile of bones and look around the room. And how would your magic look, I guess, for just a classic use magic? We kind of know what your other magic looks like. Like your casting of the bones and the vomiting up of the bones.
And
yeah,
the
I think
bones.
I think for viewing, I think specifically for what I was trying to do, I think Philip would have like crossed his legs and sort of floated in the air as like sort of just green energy like pulses out of him as he tries to summon up the images of the past. And however that goes wrong, or however that manifests. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So, yes, Philip sits cross-legged and starts kind of moving around his hands and chanting some words. And instead of the kind of lighter energy that comes along with just his general attempt to use magic, we see that darkness that comes with his reanimation magic. And he continues to chant kind of head tilted to the side, but just going with the flow as the magic kind of swoops down all at once into the bones, and they start to shift and shake, and as they shake they become vertical, and as they become vertical they come together, and as they come together they kneel down, pick up an axe that was in the same grave, and swing. Arthur, you are caught unaware. You take 1 point of damage um, from this axe swing as this fully articulated, magically held together skeleton has just swung at you. Hey, Arthur, how's your insurance policy?
What insurance?
Very cool. Yeah, what's insurance? Do you have an immediate response, or should I switch back to the other group?
We can switch back to the other group. Yeah.
Okay. Cole and Ren, you are still in talks with this young teenage boy that I, for some reason, named Richard.
I mean, you know what they say about Richard?
Mm-hmm.
He was a king in the Middle Ages.
Cool, very cool. And he, at this
Yep.
point, has sat down on the steps leading up to his porch, and is looking up at the two of you, and is just kind of head in hands thinking about what. Yeah, he's just in his head thinking, what do I remember? So the collar was put on me, and I couldn't see my friends anymore. It was like I was looking through the eyes of someone else, and I was at the ranger station, but instead of it being old and cold and dark and empty, I was there with a bunch of other rangers, and I was convinced that they all wanted to kill me. I was convinced that they had turned against me. It had been a long winter, and so it wasn't me. The eyes I was looking through picked up an axe and started swinging at them, but 3 versus 1, there's really only one winner. And the men that I knew to be my the men I knew to be my brothers, the other rangers, they held me down and they took my axe and they killed me. And the only thing I remember feeling in that moment was fear. And before that, I remember my mom, not my mom, but a woman who looked like the man that I was, handed me the same necklace, and I put it on just before I started working, and then there was like a pause, and then I was on a boat, and that's what was the most, not the most scary, but kind of the weirdest is I was on a boat and I was wearing it. I could feel that I was wearing it because it felt really heavy, and we were in the middle of a storm, and it was dark and it was cold and there was thunder and there was lightning, and I was looking out on all parts of the ship with these big waves crashing over us, and then one of the waves was a tentacle that grabbed me and pulled me down, and I think I drowned. Yeah. Yeah. I think I drowned. And then, oh man. And you can tell as he's describing this and he's getting stressed that once again a storm is starting to form in the area. These clouds that seem to have appeared kind of out of nowhere have started to circle, and you feel little sprinkles of rain on your face. I'm just gonna keep talking unless someone wants to interrupt or anything.
Okay, hang on. So all of these moments, you felt complete and utter fear, right? That was the emotion. Okay. Okay, then let's stop having you relive all of that fear for a second. To take a few breaths, and Cole's kind of looking at the sky again, like, oh boy. Take a few breaths, calm down.
He takes a few breaths and his breathing calms, and the storm pauses its growth but continues to kind of sprinkle some rain on you.
Okay. Cool. Really cool. Okay. I guess we need to get in touch with our friends, Rin, and let them know what we found out.
You've got a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
You sure do.
Very cool. Thank you, Fig. Wherever you are.
You're welcome.
So before we go, we're going to hopefully make sure that nobody has to worry about that again. Is there anything else that you can think of that might be helpful?
I remember, before, you told me to stop thinking about it, but there's one more big thing, that I remember. I was still the sailor, and I was walking along the shore, and I found, a big green gemstone, and I took it home, and I hit it with something that broke it. But I remember when I hit it, that's when I opened my eyes and saw my reflection. That's...
What? Do you know what it was that hit it?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's okay. It gives me an idea. Okay.
Just hit it with random shit until something works.
That's it, yeah. Run over with a van. Exactly. No. Be safe. It may get a little wild out here today.
He looks up at the sky and looks back at you and says, as long as no one else is a cat, I think I'll be okay.
He just smiles and says, "No promises," and then turns to leave.
Hold on. I don't think I ever got your name.
My name is Cole Van Helsing, descendant of the great Van Helsing, and I have some magic to kill.
I
Can't really kill magic, Cole. It's not like a living. It's like
I never
it's
knew
like
Van
saying you're
Helsing's
gonna
first name was great.
kill.
Yeah,
Energy.
the great, I think. The kid kind of snorts and looks at you and like kind of looks at the jacket, and kind of like shushes it, like makes himself proper in it, and then takes another breath, wraps himself in it a little more, and goes back inside.
I think Ren gives him the stink eye when he's laughing.
He doesn't like laugh, he just kind of like chuckles a little at the prim and properness of everything.
Okay.
It did not care to know Ren's name.
Literally, I'm very excited for
Ren said
any
nothing
of you to
Yeah.
just press the walkie button and hear screaming. And
Yeah.
yes, because I'm pretty sure
you
because
have to press
of that.
the walkie button
No.
for it to do that.
I don't have the walkie. I gave the walkie to Philip because Chris has the little
my
thing on the microphone.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah, speaking of, timeline-wise, let's hop back to Philip and Arthur. Arthur, you have just been whacked into by a, at this point, very blunt axe.
Mm-hmm.
I have to sneeze.
It's okay.
This isn't part of the game.
I was gonna say that
Two.
I did want Arthur to react to it. I just figured that this part with the kid was more important. So I think. Bless you. I think.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That was a good one. You know what? Do I need a tissue? No, I'm good.
Okay.
Don't
Arthur,
apologize. That was a good one.
The allergies out here have been so fucking bad. My computer has a little temperature thing that pops up, and right now it's 66 degrees and sunny. But like last night, it like the only thing that it said for what the weather was pollen level high or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's sunny or cloudy. It matters that pollen. Wow,
Yeah.
Rufus Adby, let's see you do better, okay?
So once Arthur gets hit, I think his instincts are gonna kick in, and he's just gonna like go with the momentum and try to roll away and get as much distance between him and the skeleton, while just kind of yelling, like, "Oi! What the fuck, Philip?"
Oh, sorry, wait, whoa. Philip is just sort of staring at the skeleton, and is just sort of like, kind of mesmerized, because he's like, in his brain, he's like, I've never done this much before. I'm kind of impressed. Philip's gonna be like, I did not intend for this to happen.
Okay, well, can you get rid of it? And he's just kind of like, moving around the basement trying to avoid this thing.
Okay, something brought you into this world, I'll take you out. And Philip's gonna cast Burn Everything.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. In this wooden cabin, I shall do this
in which the way I imagine it, this skeleton is between Philip and Arthur right now, and you are okay.
That could work. We'll figure
Don't worry
it out.
about it.
Okay, that's pretty good. A 6 and a 5.
That is pretty good. Yes, some would
That's
say.
pretty good. Yeah, 3 harm, fire.
Okay, remind me what Burn
ignore
Everything looks like. Is it like a big AoE thing? Is it
So-
like you pick the Skelly Boy?
Yeah, so my choices for Burn Everything is I can either make it do area effect or like specific and ignore armor. So just 3 harm, ignore armor. It's
Okay.
obvious is the magic tag.
Is it?
Yes,
Is it now?
I've described it in different ways. I somewhat like the idea that sometimes like if Philip could either just open his mouth and spit fire, or he like just shoots a fireball. I think he's gonna open his mouth and shoot fire.
Cool. Yeah, I'm imagining it as Philip being like, I put you into this world, I can take you out, and it just comes out right away. Like not even a pause is there. He just barfs the fire onto this animated skeleton.
Lovely imagery. Lovely imagery.
Yes, you're welcome. I didn't do it. It was Chris. Arthur, you feel a little bit of heat come out as Philip opens his mouth to vomit out flame, and you get ready to dodge out of the way, and you realize that he's got it on lock this time. And the flames dance around these bones, and you see the magic holding them together get weaker, but it still shambles a little bit more slowly towards you.
It's still alive?
Sure is.
Ooh, good.
Barely.
Okay. Arthur's just gonna kind of like I think saying that it's still alive, I think Arthur is going to I think he's gonna hold, he's gonna watch, he's gonna wait, He's gonna move forward, and if the skeleton attempts to strike again, I think Arthur's going to grab the axe and attempt to grab the axe and attempt to use it to strike the skeleton itself. So like it's going, he stops it and then shoves it back into the skeleton to break it.
Cool.
Because it's already brittle
trying to
from the
figure out-
fire.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what move that would be. It's almost like a no limits kind of thing, you know? Do you... I will have you roll an act under pressure to kind of have the motor skills needed to do this.
Okay. So it's a 6 and a 3, which is a 9, with a +1 to cool is a 10.
Okay. I believe act under pressure with a 10 plus is like goes off without a hitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that is the phrasing.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it goes exactly as you have described. That you kind of bob and weave with the skeleton, and as you see him starting to swing at you again with that axe, you kind of grab it and using that same momentum kind of turn it around and shove it into him, and you see the rest of the magic dissipate and the bones fall to the floor.
And I think Arthur's gonna take the axe and just kind of like toss it to the side and turn back to Philip and be like expectantly waiting for Philip.
Well, I don't know if we learned much from that experience.
Philip, I know I'm not one to talk about, turning on their comrades, but at least I apologized.
Oh, I guess I'm sorry. I didn't mean him to be so aggressive. I didn't really mean him, period.
What?
So I apologize for that. I don't know, that was very interesting.
Why was it interesting?
I don't know, I can't bring things back that don't, I haven't been able to do that in a while, so I feel like, I just don't do that, so I don't know. It gives me a lot to think about, anyway.
Philip, why? Can I ask you why you bring things back in anyway?
You hear the sound of radio crackle, Philip, and Cole's voice comes through the walkie-talkie.
Hey guys, we found something out.
Okay, cool, what did you find out?
Well, turns out the boy that got turned into a cat, scared of cats. And,
But that's horribly ironic.
well, I don't think that it was... I think that was kind of...
on the collar, do you think I would turn into the abstract meaning of loneliness?
Anyways, he had visions. He had visions of, I guess, previous people who had the collar, including like an axe murderer in that ranger station. So be careful around any axes.
Well, that is such an interesting coincidence because I just met a very lovely person who wielded an axe.
We've known each other for a while, Philip. That's...
Oh yes, that is true. That is also true. I guess I have an affiliation with axe wielders. So yeah, so I guess, do you have any idea, should we destroy the thing, or do you...
I think that it's going to be for the best if we do. there's another storm brewing over the town, and I think it has something to do with this amulet and fear. And I feel like to leave it the way it is only going to cause problems. But we're going to need.
Maybe the only way to destroy it is to show that you are not afraid of it anymore.
Have you been watching my movies again?
I visit the red box every now and then.
Well, I'm in my anime collection.
How can Philip choose a movie from the red box if Philip can't read?
I just pick
Colors.
the pretty pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, he had an image of what sounds like the birth of the pendant, and he was a sailor who was using a special kind of tool. So I think
Should
can
we
you guys
call
meet? Can you guys meet us at the fish shop?
Okay, we're going to talk to that captain, man. He smells very bad. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, he does smell like a lot of fish, including some rotten stuff. But I'm really looking forward to hearing Masha do the pirate accent.
I don't remember what he sounded like.
Arr.
He's a pirate.
Okay, well, I guess before we leave, we'll look around just in case there's anything else we miss. Maybe there's like a magic tool or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, the person in the Ranger Lodge had a lot of paranoia, thinking that his friends were going to turn against him, and that's why he attacked them with an axe. At least that's what it sounded like. He was
Okay.
gifted it by his mom. Over.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I guess we aren't doing very good walkie-talkie etiquette. Over.
All right. Well, we'll meet you guys. Unless you can think of anything else, I think that meeting up with the captain is probably going to be for the best, to see if he has a tool that we can use to get rid of this thing before it causes any more trouble.
Okie dokie, we'll head right over. Bye-bye, love you.
Love you too.
Over.
Tell Arthur I said hi.
Okay.
Arthur calls us hi.
I heard him.
Tell Arthur I say hi. Cole, can you turn the walkie? Can you click
Yeah,
the button over?
Yeah. Here.
Arthur, hi. Also, hi, Philip.
Arthur Ren says hi.
I heard them too, Philip.
Okay, do we want to take the axe? Maybe the axe is the secret special tool.
Why? I mean, Cole has an axe. I don't think we need to take another one.
But what if this axe is special because it murdered people?
I don't think Cole has killed anyone with his axe, but he's
No,
killed some
really
monsters
not.
with his axe, right? So,
I don't know if he's ever really like done the finishing blow to a monster yet.
good call. Good question. Keeper, is there like the axe just looks old, right? Like old and beat up. If Arthur picks up the axe, gives it a once over, from just vision wise, does it look like the axe has any special like symbols on it or anything that makes it different than a normal axe that has been oxidized and beat up over the years?
Looks like a normal ass axe.
Yeah.
It's got I'm sure that the rangers have a symbol. It's got like the ranger like sigil kind of like punched into the very base of it. But other than that, it's your classic like red
Fireman's axe.
headed, yeah, kind of fireman's axe. Got a couple chips in it. Well loved.
Yeah, Arthur just kind of like sets it back down. It's garbage. It's nothing special.
I'd like to think even the most disgusting of things actually have a little bit of shine underneath. Okay, let's get out of here.
Arthur's gonna just shake his head and follow Philip out of the cabin. or the ranger station in general.
It's still a cabin.
I think Arthur's going to. Oh man, this is such an interesting situation. Arthur's going to cross his arms and look at Philip and say, "You go on ahead. I'm just gonna walk."
Okay, but that's gonna take like a long time.
No offense, Philip, but right now, let's just say my faith is a little in question.
Okay, well, I'm not much of a guy for Jesus, but I feel like
My faith in you. You carried me and you didn't drop me. And I was surprised. But in there, you don't even know why you brought it back. And it attacked me. And of course it wasn't that big of a deal because we dealt with it very quickly. But you and me, we are... out of everyone, we're the ones who seem to have the most danger to the group. But it seems like I'm the only one overthinking things. And I'm the only one who thinks I am. But in there, that could have killed me if I was anyone else but me.
Well, I'm sorry, Arthur. You just sort of, I didn't mean it.
And Arthur's gonna kind of like take a step back and kind of just like press his hands together, and he's just gonna say, "Philip, I want you to understand. I almost hurt people too. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. But I'm gonna own up for what I did, even if I wasn't in the right place when it happened. And you and me, we don't know each other that well. But I'm gonna own up for what I did yesterday, and I almost hurt Cole. I'm glad that Cole can take care of himself like he can. Otherwise, I could have hurt someone. I really could have. Just like how your skeleton could have hurt me in there if I wasn't me. If it's an accident, then that's fine. I'll let it go. But right now, in this moment, I just need a little bit of space. Do you understand?
Okay, well, I guess just take some time. Think about it. As just, as you are, as you seem to know so well. And Philip's going to fly away.
Which one of you has the walkie-talkie?
Philip still has a walkie-talkie.
I guess... No, you know what? Philip's gonna keep the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool, very cool. Thank you for putting Arthur alone in the forest without his weapon and without any communication. Love to see it. Love to see it.
I don't mind not being there with the captain.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to like twist the story around for me to be there at the same time. Okay.
You're good. I will say we will probably go a little bit late tonight. Are people cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Just because we can't afford to go to a 5th session. Somehow I am the longest out of everybody. It'd be like that. Appreciate everybody's accommodation. Okay, then Philip, you will be flying. Are you flying? Where are you flying to?
I guess I'm flying to meet them at the captain's shop because that's what Cole told me to do.
Okay. And Arthur, what is your ultimate goal? Like, where would you like to walk to?
I mean, there are windows in the van, right? So like our initial ride up there, we would have been able to like look out the windows and figure out like what way we took. So I think Arthur's just gonna take that dirt path that the van had originally taken and just, walk back to town just like at his own pace. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's shunt back over to Ren and Cole, who have a little bit of time before Philip joins them. You guys are also headed to the captain's shop?
Yes, but there was something that I would like Cole to do just also really quickly. Because there is another place that we can check, but we don't have to go there. Because we have walkie-talkies, and the person who gave them to us said that they were already going to be there.
Okay.
So he's going to try and reach out to Fig.
Okay.
Fig, do you copy?
Yeah, what the fuck is Fig's accent? Southern. Yeehaw, cowboy. Yeehaw, cowboy. Hi, Cole. What do you need?
So we found some stuff out about the weird amulet thing, and it's got some weird... Anyways, we need a special tool to destroy it, and I was thinking maybe you could ask Miss Merrill while you're there. I know she doesn't really like me getting involved in this kind of stuff a whole lot, but if you could, maybe ask her about it and get back to us, maybe?
Well, what do you think would destroy it?
I don't know. That's the problem. Okay, trust me on this one. But I have a source as to that it seems like it was a sailor who originally made it and broke what it's made of off from a larger piece with a special tool. I don't know what that tool is, but maybe Miss Merrill could have an idea of what it might be or of where to look for it. We're going to the captain's shop right now just to see if we can get to the bottom of it there, but just in case, it'd be nice to have someone else working elsewhere since you're already there. It just makes sense.
And how do you know that it was made from a bigger piece? You told me that I need to trust you, but you don't have any idea. Was it like a saw, a hammer, a bigger gemstone?
No. The person who saw the vision didn't get a good look at it.
All right.
But, yeah. Sorry, I know it's not much to go on, but just, I mean, if you're already going to be there, maybe we'll let you know if we learn anything more. But this gym is making people real scared, and I mean that in the most literal sense. Not that it's just dangerous, but that it's actually making people scared. It's targeting fears.
That explains a lot.
Well, I hope so.
I'll ask Miss Merrill.
Okay. We're heading to the captain's shop now. Thanks. Over.
Man, we really gotta learn some walkie-talkie etiquette. Over. Okay.
I think
Fig
Red takes the walkie-talkie. You're supposed to end conversations with over and out. Over and out.
Over and out. Okay. So you guys are able to make it to the captain's shop at the water's edge. What is your goal, and what did the captain sound like?
He be talking like this.
He be talking like a pirate. You got a bus. I can do that. I can do that.
He's a salty old sea dog.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
The crusty crab.
Okay. You are able to get to the shop there. It's still early morning. So there are a couple of cars parked in the parking lot of this kind of dinky little shop. What do you do?
Yeah, honestly, the early morning is probably when bait shops have the most business, right?
Not early. Let's say late morning. I don't want there to be a million people here.
Okay. I mean, it's a small town. It'd probably be a small amount anyway. Okay. Well, we're already here. Shall we go on in, Ren?
Sounds good to me, unless we want to wait for Philip first. And Ren, of course. I'm Ren. My brain's not working.
I mean, we can wait on Ren. We'll wait on. Cole puts his shoulder on Ren's. Puts a hand on. Puts his shoulder on Ren's hand.
we apparently we all just need to come.
Yeah. Do we need another minute? Do we need another 5-minute break or something?
Woo! Okay. Oh.
We can wait for Arthur and Philip to get here, unless you just want to head right in. Not great with people, so Ren's voice is just getting lower and lower.
Ren has allergies too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Let's go. I hate the smell of fish.
You live in a seaside town.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me.
Have you considered, like, moving or anything, or is it...
You mean like the time that I moved out to the American Southeast and got hit by a storm? The size of, of world-ending proportions?
Listen... I can't promise it won't happen again, but, it won't be my fault again.
I would be careful promising that, too. We've been doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Anyways, I guess here we go.
Sounds good. Away we go. That was supposed to be me talking.
All right, you make your way into the shop, and the captain is at the counter, and he pops his eyes over to you right away, and he goes, "Aye, Cole, my lad. Good to see you again, sir. What can I do you for? How many buckets of bait you like?"
Hi, Captain. I not quite here for bait.
If it not be bait, then it be fishing hook or line. I've got a whole. I got many anchor. I got many fish.
You're killing Mars in real life. Mars is dying, and it's your fault.
Sorry.
I'm just dying a little bit today, period. So every time I laugh, I forget. I either have to go mute my mic or remember to check to see if my mic is muted. Because every time I've laughed, it's just quickly devolved into coughs.
Okay. Is there anyone else in here besides the captain?
There's one person kind of at the back, just very casually browsing the various fishing poles.
Nice. Sticks with string on them.
Yep.
Captain, we need to talk to you about the special things that you've been known to do. Remember the graveyard? Cole's there for that.
Aye, you salty dog. You didn't have to talk so loud about my special things. Not everybody gets the discounts. And then he comes in real close, and you think he's gonna whisper, but he doesn't. And he says, give me a second to get this other man out me shop. And then he walks up to the guy at the back and goes, "Aye, sir, I be closing for lunch break. Please get out." And
Lunch break at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
shh, don't worry about it.
It's
And
so
the
that he
man
can
goes,
have
"I-
dinner
but I
at
was-
5.
But I was gonna buy this. Aye, lad, ye be getting the fuck out of me shop. Get out." And the man leaves.
He seemed like
You have him. You have the captain.
the captain seems like such a good businessman because he was plugging his items at the beginning, but he kicks out a willing customer at the end.
I imagine the guy is also like a really my brain isn't working.
You can do it, Mars. I believe in you.
He's going to buy like a really expensive thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like a fucking boat or something.
This man doesn't sell boats. He does not have the capital. All right, Cole, me boy. What can I do you for? What kind of shit you need? I don't know what his accent's turning into.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a thing out of my van and bring it in. We need your help on a thing that we might need you to smash into smithereens, possibly. Or at least help us do it.
I can do that. I can do that.
Was it? Yeah. What
Gotta
was
get
the captain
Cole.
saying? Yes, can do that, or I can do that.
I-
Okay.
Comma, can do that.
Mhm.
Captain can be doing this. Give Captain enough time and enough tool. He'll
Could you-
smash anything.
Could I request using the word barnacle as an expletive?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you.
It'll come when it's time.
Cole goes and gets the amulet.
Was it in the glove box?
Yes, it was.
Hey, guess what comes out on the glove box?
Is it centipedes this time?
Spider.
It's, you know what? It's snakes this time.
No.
This time it's snakes. You open up, you actually open the door to your van, and there is a little pile of snakes at the bottom wriggling around, and you take a deep breath to open the glove box, and more of them spill out, and they hiss at you and try to strike. And actually, the man who Captain kicked out of his shop sees them and reacts so viscerally. He jumps up into the air and says, "Oh, not snakes!" Fucking sprints away.
Cole takes a
That
picture of
man's
the...
name was Indiana Jones.
Yeah, as I say, Cole takes a picture of the snakes and uploads it to that Discord.
Yeah.
And puts LOL snakes, why'd it have to be snakes? And then sends it. But anyways, are they venomous snakes? Are we gonna have an issue here?
Nah.
Okay.
We don't have time for that.
Okay. He's gonna just snatch the thing out and leave a pile of sand or whatever behind that Indiana Jones does, and take it inside. All right,
Okay.
Captain. This is a gem of fear. Don't put it on.
Aye, lad, you know that green ain't be me color. Ain't had been me color for 50 years. I
True.
skins too pallid now. And
You look great in blue. It's true.
aye, lad, blue ain't me color neither. What be ye problem, Cole Van Helsing? Don't you know my color be red? And
Next character.
huh?
Next character has got to be a pirate character.
What do you mean?
Your
like
next
my
character.
next character?
Yeah, correct.
This hurts. This voice hurts to do.
Next campaign is a pirate campaign. Period.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh.
We're all pirates.
We could play
I found so many good pirate games.
there's the one that's
Specifically
powered by the
pirate
apocalypse
games.
that Perilous Tides is, and I can't remember the name of it off the top.
Is it Rapscallion?
Rapscallion, that's the name of the game.
Ooh, that sounds really fun.
They haven't finalized like the final version of it yet, so like,
I
but
mean-
there's still a version of it that's published out there. Anyway, Anyway, the captain takes a look at the amulet and his eyes go really wide. And he says, "And what ye be wanting me to do with this thing?"
Smash it into pieces and get rid of it.
I'll give it a shot. And he just takes it from you and puts it on the counter and goes to his room, his back room that you guys have kind of been to before, and brings out a bucket. And in that bucket is just probably every tool this man owns. There's a couple of hammers. There's a couple of wooden clubs, some pliers. You can tell there's nails and shit at the bottom. Now I ain't done any research on this thing. Is it gonna fucking explode?
Cole looks to Ren and then back to him, and he's like,
Ren looks to Cole and then
probably not.
back to the captain.
And
The placeholder eye.
Listen, this captain is
Smurf. It's like Smurf talk.
Mm-hmm.
this captain is great at improv. That's all.
Yep.
That's all he has.
Yep.
That's all he needs.
Okay. He is going to pull out an initial thing, and kind of an initial thing. Let's name the thing. He's going to pull out he's going to pull out a baseball bat. This man just has an aluminum bat, and he's going to hold it with its base pointing down, and kind of you watch for 30 seconds. This man shifts his feet, gets his elbows real high, and just bears down, and then smacks down onto the top of the amulet, and nothing. I will say at this point, Philip, you kind of have broken through the trees, and you see the shop, and you see Cole Van Helsing's Cole Van Helsing parked in the parking lot.
I bring her in for a landing.
Do you make a cool pose when you land?
Yeah, I do a cartwheel and then I land in a sexy you know.
It is unfortunate that no one is around to see it.
Yeah, it's very sad.
But yes, you land and it's very, very sexy.
It's very.
Please give us so much money that we are obligated to make a sexy calendar or something.
It's all Philip. Anyway.
It's all Philip in sexy poses. Do we know what's underneath the hoodie? Don't you want to find out?
No.
In most sexy calendars, people strip clothes. In this one, Philip will strip flesh.
No! Oh my
Until
God.
he's a complete skeleton. That's funny. Anyway.
You hate to see it. Okay, yeah, you make it to the shop. Are you going inside?
Yeah, Philip opens the doors and goes, "Ding dong, I am here."
You as you come in, your eyes adjust to the relatively dark interior of the shop, and he looks up and makes eye contact with you, the captain, as he slams a hammer down and hits the amulet square in the gemstone, and nothing happens.
Okay, well, good to see that there's a lot of progress going on this side.
Well, we're trying.
I knew I should have brought that axe, but Arthur told me no.
Where is Arthur?
I think he's in one of his moods.
What?
He's off finding himself.
You just fucking left him in the woods.
He told me to leave him.
Well, at least he has the walkie-talkie.
Yep.
Slam! You see that the captain has used a cricket bat and nothing happens.
Okay.
How's the
That's a
storm
crooked
looking, by the way?
The storm is huge at this point.
Okay.
There is thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening me.
Mamma mia.
Let me go.
not the first time I've made this joke, and I'm sorry. It's the one joke I have.
It's okay. Cole's gonna look at the storm, kind of shiver, and then look back at everyone and say, "Okay, we need to find out what this thing is, right? And we need to find out how to destroy it."
I mean, if you want, I can try to view another place in time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no skeletons here.
All right, here we
Except in
go.
Your own bodies.
Do you trust me?
Implicitly.
All right, I trust you. Okay. Here we go. Cole's gonna grab the amulet and start to put it on.
This is unfair.
Cole.
You
Cole.
just told me I couldn't wear it because you wanted it for yourself.
He was. Listen, the only person to have seen what broke this thing saw it when it was put on him.
Can Red stop Cole before he puts it on?
Because I mean, what could go wrong?
We all want it for ourselves.
Oh, see,
Ren, do you want to try to stop Cole?
yeah, because Red has a cool assignment for Ma that's like just like sit in the fear, just like stewing it for a while. And I don't know if Ren's done that yet.
Philip sees Ren trying to stop Cole. Philip's gonna try to stop Ren.
Oh my gosh!
No, we're not doing PvP again.
This is the opposite of our bullet train that we normally do.
Yeah.
God, yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Okay, this scene is playing out in slow motion, I think. Cole says, "Do you trust me?" and starts putting the collar on. Ren, you are reaching out slowly to try to get this collar. Philip, are you trying to stop Ren?
Well, I am torn because I do think there's a part of Philip that's like, I wanted to put on the collar. But I think in Philip's mind he's like, I must protect my best buddy. Because he asked me if I trusted him, and I do trust him implicitly. So I'm gonna try to stop Ren.
Okay.
Oh boy, how are we doing this, Keeper? Good luck.
How are we doing this, Keeper? Oh shit, I'm the Keeper. Goddamn. Yeah,
Goddamn.
Actually, Ren, you remember in this moment that mission that Ma tasked you with, and you realize that as Cole is going to put the collar on, that it should be you.
Yeah, like,
I had a feeling
is-
about that.
this is why you tell Cole about these things. Because you still not mentioned it to Cole.
Yeah, I think I think Red's just gonna like have that realization and then just start like stumbling over their words and be like, no, I'm supposed to. A god told me to do this.
Okay, both you and Arthur have been talking about faith a lot recently.
See, but I don't know what Arthur's on about.
I got born again.
regularly communicate with a god.
Arthur went to find Jesus. Hope he finds him.
So, like, a while ago, yesterday, I was told by my, like, god mod that I'm supposed to put this on.
I know I be wanting to put it on. This looks like fun.
Okay, no, hold on. Let's compromise. I'll put it on.
Let's not compromise. I'm really supposed to put this on, Cole. Like,
Well, actually, maybe we should ask the snakes outside. Maybe they want to put them on.
the snakes might actually be on my side, because I did transiently get this power by being related
Arthur
to
walks
snakes.
in. I would like to put it on.
Who's putting it on? Please don't make me make you roll for it. I believe in you guys. You can come to a conclusion.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins gets to wear the thing.
All right, I trust you. Just maybe tell me things like that from now on.
Oh.
I will. I didn't think it. I thought it was just gonna be kind of a passive thing where it was just like be afraid for a bit, but like you went to go put that on and I was like, ah, fuck. But I'll make sure to mention that.
Okay, if you go crazy, I will hit you.
That is perfectly valid. Please do.
Okay. And Cole will offer the amulet to Rin. Good luck.
I'm gonna fucking need it. This is what happens when Ren's impulse control, aka Arthur, isn't here.
Rin's impulse control? Cole's just gonna put the thing on.
Well, Ren would normally have been like, well, good job, Cole.
Look.
Good luck.
Look, if Ren wasn't gonna put it on, Cole would have put it on, and if Cole wasn't gonna put it on, I would have put it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to
So
find out what
what
break
we-
this like.
If it makes you feel
What
any
we've
better,
learned is-
Arthur would have never put it on. So that's how it balances.
Fake and
Yeah.
Arthur are
Alright,
the team's
thanks, Arthur.
impulse control. I think. Alright.
Okay.
I'm
Worst case
putting it
scenario,
on.
you turn into a big snake. Hope that. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
The Cole's impulse control is Philip, which is, I mean, that explains things.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Settled?
So we've decided, and it seems that the story points to Rin putting it on.
Okay. Sure, whatever you say. No, yes.
I think you have a plan for this, and I want to see it.
I do.
Well, we've triggered your trap card. Let's see what happens.
You have triggered my trap card. You've activated my trap card.
No.
Ren Shambo. So the benefit, Ren, of you having already been at this kid's house is that brain no good. Come on. Is that you've already heard a lot of this kind of exposition before, but you put the collar on and you feel it tighten around your neck. And you see, just as that teenage boy described, a series of scenes. You see through the eyes of the ranger who became so paranoid that his fellow rangers wanted him dead that he took matters into his own hands and tried to kill them. But in his final moments, the axe was turned back upon him. And you remember being handed the amulet by your own mom as a gift for becoming a ranger, for taking on this 24/7, nearly 365 job at the base of this mountain, being excited about having this cool thing to connect to your family. You remember being the sailor, drowned at the hand of a big tentacle in the ocean. The last things you feel, water in your lungs, the crushing weight of the depths on your chest. And you remember being that same sailor on the beach weeks, months before, it's hard to say, and finding a more whole gem on the shore. And you take it into a building, and you realize that as you are walking up to the shop, that it seems to be in the same place that the captain's shop is. And you walk to this back room and rifle through your things and pull out this old kind of wrought iron harpoon, just long, barbed, and in kind of the head of each barb a different gem. In your hand it glows, and you take the hilt of it and you smash it into the rock, and there's this light that shuts up and back down, absorbing into the remaining piece of the gem. There's a long bit where you are putting it all together into this necklace. And then you put it on. And then the world falls away. And it's that same nothing space. And you hear the many voices of Ma'at call out to you again. And they say, Ren, that wasn't right. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. You did it wrong.
Fuck.
I would like for you to roll me with advantage, please. Plus weird. An advantage in Monster of the Week is 3 dice, and you take the top 2.
Alright. I'll use my 2 new dice and one of my Ren dice.
Okay. Be good.
I'm terrified. Oh, fuck yes. It's, 11 plus 2, 13.
Lucky number.
All right.
That's the number of this episode.
The number of this
Oh.
episode. We did it, team. Full circle.
Nice. We did it. We did the thing. Show over.
Also, it was the 2 dice, the new dice, the red dice got a 1, so.
Oh, man. All right. You hear Ma'at saying these things to you, and you feel that frustration, that shame. And then you find the strength to call back out, no, I did it right. And you close your eyes and you open them again, and you are standing there around everybody, collar still around your neck, and it is glowing.
Well, that's new.
I think Ren is so focused on, like, repeating, like, in their head, like, I did it right, to, like, send this, like, fear away. I think they're so just, like, focused on not falling back into that they are, like, basically speechless. Because they're focusing so hard on.
Did you see
I
it?
mean,
Okay, and?
I think Red is going to point at, like, a harpoon on the wall, and then point at the collar, like, or I guess they're gonna point at the collar and then, like, realize that they even though they're focusing very hard, they can't talk. They are able to move around, so they're gonna point and then, like, gesture like, hey, someone take this off, and then be like, wait a minute, I can take this off, and then take it off.
A harpoon? Okay, you got a harpoon in there? Captain, my captain?
Hold on, I'm too busy responding to a spicy comment.
I see that.
Responding with a spicy comment, rather. Cole, I have many harpoons, but I don't understand what a harpoon will do you here. If a fucking bat won't break this, I don't know what will.
Probably a harpoon.
Why do you have such a silly voice? This is so weird.
Yeah.
You get the stink eye, Philip.
Who gave this guy this voice?
That's a weird. Anyway,
Wild choice, my friend.
Do you not just have like a really old harpoon with ancient magic inside your back shop?
It would have, like, a bunch of different gems on the different, like, barbs. I don't know if we need that specific harpoon or...
You can try the random one up there, but let me see what I got in the back of me shop.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
And he goes back there.
Okay, should we take off the collar now, Ren? Or are you kind of vibing
I
with
had-
the style?
I had assumed Ren had taken it off, which is
Oh,
why
okay,
we're
cool.
talking again. But if it's, like, stuck on or something.
And I don't want to make anyone else roll anything. It's too late in the day. The captain is gone for a couple of minutes, and he comes back with a really unsafe amount of harpoons, which is to say any, I guess, is an unsafe amount of harpoons. When he comes back with a few, a couple of them rusted, you know, etc. Ren, you see, and he's just hugging them, by the way, like holding them against his skin. You see that one of them appears to be that same one from before, from that vision.
To like go up to that one, or I guess just grab that one, be like, hey, love her boom. Should try and destroy this thing now.
That's the only one I don't know the origins of. That makes sense.
It's
well, thanks for your help.
Arrow.
Are you gonna break the thing?
Ren, Cole, do you want to do it, or do? I've been practicing with Arthur's sword.
No, we're not gonna use Arthur's sword for that one.
No, but I'm saying I've practiced with hitting things with sharp objects, so I could do it.
Right, but that will.
Okay, let's just. And Cole grabs the harpoon and shanks the gem.
Wait, is the gem still on?
No, Ren took
no.
it off.
Okay, cool,
Ren did
cool,
take
cool. Very good.
Yeah, but I'm glad that like everybody has been asking that though. Like legitimately, people care about Ren and don't want Ren to get stabbed in the chest by a harpoon.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, so who's doing it?
I think it's Cole.
Cole's doing it. He wants the storm to go away before it gets real bad. He's not a fan right now.
Yeah. No problem, man. Ren takes it down and puts it down. And right now the captain is kind of holding it, one hand on each end of the leather. We get this kind of cinematic of Cole grabbing the harpoon by the base and just hoisting it up and slamming it down and into a lot of itty-bitty little pieces doth this gemstone shatter, and a little shockwave emanates out from it, and in a moment the storm has dissipated. And it seems like things are a little bit brighter as well. That be costing ye a lot of barnacles, this cleanup. Could take a long time.
You can put it on my tab.
I don't even know why I bother.
Yeah. This place is... That was weird, right? That was...
Yes.
I mean, comparatively to the other things we do, like every week, I mean...
Yeah, but where did that thing come from?
Where do any of us come from?
Moms, mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, came from some dude finding a kick-ass gemstone and then being like, I'm gonna do some fuck shit with it.
Yeah.
It's pretty rude of him to fill it with fear magic.
Well, I guess the lesson we all learned was to truly come together as a group. We must overcome our fears.
Yeah.
The scariest things of all are harpoons.
That's more along the lines of, I think, what we learned.
And I think just a couple other things I would say do kind of happen. Brain not good enough for this right now, never mind.
No.
But Yeah. I don't know what I was about to say. It's gone. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Man, I have to go clean snakes out of my van.
Well,
I
maybe
have
they're
some
gone
snake
magically.
experience. I can help. We're picking up Arthur first. He's
In the
he
snake
just-
van?
I don't know, man.
I feel like
He's
the
not-
snakes must be gone.
He's not afraid of snakes, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, but we can kind of fade
I think
out here if we want. If there's, we kind of know what we want to do. We don't have to fully role play it. The intention is to pick up Arthur, and make sure that he gets home safe. And I think that we do get a little bit of a moment of Arthur walking in the rain, just frustrated and cold and alone. But at some point the sky clears and it is still daytime. So at the very least, he's not wandering in the dark.
Hey, Keeper, I didn't ask you what time of day it was, or or anything like that, I was good this session, so.
Yeah, no, but then I still have to think about it. And yeah, I think that the captain will let you guys keep the harpoon. Especially after seeing that it did some magic shit, he doesn't want it to get lost in the background somewhere. And then someone uses it to spear a fish, and then something weird happens with the fish, But yeah.
Yeah.
So we did it. You guys did it. You did it, team.
Excellent.
Say the thing.
You solved my fear amulet puzzle.
Yay!
Yes. Welcome, Knights of Costania. You came at the very end of the mystery, when things had been resolved. But I will, we can do this on stream or off stream. Do you guys have any questions about it? About what happened or the backstory or anything? Because at this point, I'm happy to share it.
Let me see if I can kind of piece it together myself, and then you could be like, no, you're dumb, that's wrong.
Sure, I love doing that.
Okay, cool. I know, you're famous for calling people dumb all the time.
Yeah.
You definitely do it, yeah. Okay, so a sailor, we don't know when, we don't know the time or anything, but a sailor finds a strange gem on the beach. He takes it back to his shop, which is the captain's shop. I'm guessing that it wasn't the captain, since he doesn't seem to remember it, and also what we seem to find out happens to said sailor in a moment. But he takes this gem, using some kind of magic harpoon, breaks it apart to form into this amulet that is imbued with this magic. We cut forward in time to said sailor with the amulet on a ship. The ship is ill-fated, and he ends up getting dragged into the depths to die a cold, dark death by a large tentacle, which possibly his fear of drowning there.
Or his fear of giant tentacle monsters.
That could be true too. Depends on if he's an anime fan or not. The somehow the necklace finds its way to a ranger's mother, who gives it to the ranger for some reason or another. Unfortunately, it is still imbued with said curse or magic or what have you. The sea magic, which was another thing that you wrote down on the note, old sea magic. So
Me? No.
I remember, Anyway, he puts it on, and something drives him to feel this paranoia of his friends turning against him. So he grabs an axe, thinking that they're going to attack him, attacks them instead, but in so doing, dooms himself to the fate that he was afraid of his friends turning on him and killing him with his own axe to stop him from murdering them with it. I'm guessing he is the skeleton in the basement.
He sure is.
And then we cut to Richard, who goes with his friends, who then pull the sickest of pranks, the fattest of pranks on this kid, putting this necklace on him, which gives him, all of these visions, and then turns him into his biggest fear, a cat, based on, childhood trauma. He just wants to go home, so he tries. Obviously, his parents don't know he's a cat, because why in the world would they ever assume that was their child? He accidentally attacks his dad, is about to attack his mom, and then some random dude shows up and suplexes him into the bushes. And the rest, some cool dude with some salt and pepper going on. And yeah, the rest is, well, you saw it here live, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Does that about cover it, or like are there things that you were like, nope, you missed some stuff? But
question.
Uh-huh.
Is the gem old sea magic, or is the harpoon old sea magic? Or are they both old sea magic?
I kind of want to leave it up to future keepers to kind of more formally determine that. But there is absolutely old sea magic in play. I think that it kind of really is both. But like with any magical item, you have to know how to wield it to make it do what you want it to do. You know, you can't just take well, I guess it depends on the video game. You can't just take a wizard staff and be like, "Yep, I do the thing now."
Yeah, your intelligence has to be like,
yes.
27 or something.
But a couple. If I can give you guys a couple peeks behind the curtain, just because I was kind of proud of this, and I don't know how good of a job I did dropping hints. But the cop Donnie, who kept seeing a bear inside the ranger station, is afraid of bears, so kept seeing basically his reflection. He had turned into a bear, saw his reflection as a bear. But the further that he went away from the amulet, the less he became, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the reason that everybody says that the house is haunted is it really does give you the feeling of your biggest fears just being in the vicinity. Obviously, again, kind of like ebbing and flowing in terms of like the amount of energy and power that it holds at any given moment. But yeah, I had you guys all roll ahead of time to basically be your initial saves against the amulet's power, because I didn't want to. I mean, obviously, I did make you guys kind of roll blind later, but it was fun the very first time around to kind of just be like, he, bad things are happening to you, and you don't know what they are. Haha. But yeah, that was my. How many points did I tick on my post-it note? It was supposed to be Old Sea Magic, Lord of the Rings Marathon, Catboy Beckham Mystery, White Bridge Monster Fucker. So we got the Old Sea Magic and the Catboy Mystery, so about 35% of what I promised.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We for all we know, they're gonna pick up Arthur, clean out the snakes, go do a Lord of the Rings marathon, and also,
maybe
the Chaz from White Bridge. We don't know what he's into.
We don't know what he's into. Yeah. Fucking Chaz.
Chaz.
But anyway, that's all I've got. Any questions, comments, concerns? We can let our audience go. They can finally sleep.
We can do some skipping
end of session questions.
Yeah, skipping the mystery part because we
the mystery solve because we stole that last time.
Yeah.
So we'll say that we've already got that checkpoint. Like, so the rest of
is there? Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Saved a lot of people.
By
from
destroying the
dealing-
amulet, we saved an unknown amount of countless lives.
Saved a lot of people from their worst fears and like having to face them.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Sure.
I can't think of an argument against it.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I think that yes, the bad things would have happened if this continued to go unchecked. So, did we learn anything new and important about one of the hunters? I'm going out of order. That's okay.
Cole did admit out loud he's scared of storms, and it's because he experienced the big storm.
Arthur is scared of spiders.
He's
Or
not.
not- or-
Saul is
No,
scared of
Saul
spiders.
is scared of spiders. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think Arthur, like, I feel like Arthur maybe got a better sense that Philip doesn't really have control over his powers.
Yeah. And like taking what we learned from this mystery and applying it back, we know that like Ren is afraid of the Elder Lapid, Arthur is afraid of losing Ren, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah. Old sea magic.
Well, we kind of already knew that from the first mystery.
We kind of knew that, but
I knew old sea magic. We
old
didn't
sea
know
gem
about-
magic.
We didn't know about the history of weird fear amulet.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 points of experience, everybody.
Hey!
Oh man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow! 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 Wow!
Well, we were.
I think that
I'd
puts
just be-
me one
We've
more.
devolved completely into no brain cell territory.
Since we're at the end of the mystery, technically in the last mystery, Arthur leveled up. I didn't apply it for this one because we weren't done yet, and so, but I think I will be taking the. I have an option to take another move from a playbook, like permanently, and I think I am gonna do bottle it up. I think it's a very good thematic, like move in general for Arthur, and like it just gives like keepers more stuff to work with, in general. So that'll be a new move.
That was good to me.
Did anyone else level up?
No, I'll level up in one experience point. I think.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm 3 away.
I have 2 to go.
Cool beans.
Mine might be 2.
So then, do we want to go ahead and sign out?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right on. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. I know we went a little bit late, but I'm glad we were able to finish it out. I got to learn how to make my mysteries faster.
Well,
Good night, everybody. Hug someone, unclench your jaw, drink a big old glass of water, and stretch your fucking hip flexors, please. They're probably screaming at you right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
and remember, compliment your rocks cleavage next time you.
Only
Yeah.
specific rocks have cleavage, though. Like if you got quartz or halite. No, quartz.
Google which rocks have cleavage and give them a compliment.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I think some quartz.
Yeah, go Google rock cleavage, and I'm sure it'll be just fine. Turn off safe search.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. Turn off safe search. Go Google rock cleavage, and please, please, please be kind to yourselves. We will be having a week off next
Quartz has
week.
no cleavage.
Next week there will be no stream on Tuesday, and the week after that, make sure to follow us on social media at TurnTables RPG to figure out what's going to be happening that week, because it might be something special. So, with that, unless anybody else has anything, I think we're going to go ahead and sign out.
I love you.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Night, guys.
So long.
Good
Farewell.
night.